Carbon Dino Basketball on 95.3 The Peak. Welcome to the Carbon Dino pregame show on KRPX 95.3 The Peak. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini.
Good evening and welcome to Carbon Dino Basketball on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play, and tonight we're on the road. It is the first round of the 3A state tournament, and the first round, the higher seeded team has the home court, so that's why we're at Delta High School tonight in Delta, Utah. It's the Carbon Dinos and the Delta Rabbits, the very bottom of the bracket as you go from top to bottom. We're on the very bottom with Delta Carbon. The winner of this game tonight will play on February 19th at SUU, which is a beautiful place. We'll talk about that here in a minute. This winner of this game will play the winner of American Heritage, the 3rd seed, and North St. Pete, the 14th seed. The Carbon Dinos come in 11. Delta comes in 6, as we said, down on the bottom of the bracket, which doesn't mean anything. Just we're on the bottom of the bracket if you look all the way down. So we will, if we win tonight, we'll play on February 19th. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast. Aiden Mortensen will be joining me here in the booth in a second in the Southerlands broadcast booth. The Carbon Dinos with a win here tonight, as we said, goes to Southern Utah. As we take a look at the bracket from top to bottom, Emory and Logan, 4 versus 13. And then Juab and Grantsville, 5 versus 12. Game 3, Morgan versus Ben Lomond, 1 versus 16. Game 4, Canyon View 8, Union 9. Game 5, these are the games tonight. Richfield, number 2, Providence Hall 15. Game 6, Ogden 7, Manti 10. Game 7, American Heritage, North St. Pete, 3 versus 14. And Delta versus Carbon, that is 6 versus 11. So that's how the brackets look. So as we move on, as Aiden is joining me now, waiting you for you there, buddy. There you go. Aiden Mortensen joining me in the broadcast booth. Aiden, pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, Sonny. Now that we got all the technical things worked out, it's time to focus strictly on the basketball. And like you mentioned, it's going to be a barn burner of a matchup. This is a 3A that we've talked about, and we've talked with coaches across the state about, where it feels like on any given night, any team can beat anyone. There's no de facto team you look at, with the exception of the top-seeded Morgan Trojans, and think they're going to be able to cakewalk through this tournament. They're going to be able to easily find their way to the state title game. That's just not the case here. Every team across this bracket has a fair chance to beat each other. I mean, you look at American Heritage in that 3 slot. They were beaten by Emory early on in the year. Carbon, despite sitting at that 11 seed, was able to defeat Emory twice this season in a season sweep. So pretty much rankings are moot right now. Well, this is strictly, you're going to have to see how these games are played in order to guess results, because you can't really predict how this is going to play out.
Yeah, we used to say there was 3 seasons, preseason, region, tournament. Well, now there's only 2, because the RPI, every game means something, which I really like. And then if you do win your region, then most of the time you'll be taken care of. And if you look, that's most of the time the case. But this is season 3, and season 3 can be a very short season, 1 game.
No.
So it doesn't matter what has happened all through this basketball season. It's a new season tonight, and you know, the Dinos they're coming into this tournament, and they're playing well.
They are.
I mean, they beat Manti at Manti. That is a tough thing to do anytime. And they beat Emory at Emory, and that's a tough thing to do anytime. And Manti and Emory both runners-up for the region championship in 13. So that's how they finished their season. They beat the 2 runner-ups for a region championship. They tied, and they both lost it. Carbon at home their last game.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that could have gone differently in that region. Everyone, as we expected, even the region championship was going to be determined by a team who had multiple losses throughout the season, and it came down to Carbon and Emory, or Manti and Emory. Carbon was in that conversation heading into region round 2, but some poorly timed losses knocked them out, but they responded very well that last week of the season, going 2-0, beating Manti, beating Emory, and now you got to feel like they have lots of momentum behind them as they go into this opening round matchup.
Well, let me correct myself. I said runners up. They're co-champions.
Yeah, co-champions.
I'm sorry. Yeah, co-champions. Emory and Manti co-champions. And Carbon went on the road their last 2 games and beat Manti and beat Emory. And if you look at the Dinos, that heartbreaking loss to Manti at home, they lost to Union very close at home. Carbon could have been easily a co-champion as well. That's how close this region is. And that's how close 3A is.
Yeah, no, that's just how it is across the board. There's no team who you're going to look at and think, yep, they're going to be the ones who are going to come away with the region championship, the state championship. They're going to cakewalk through. That's just not the case because all of these teams are talented. And ultimately, at the end of the day, Sonny, it comes down to matchups. Stylistically, who is going to be the team that is able to take advantage of you? It's a rock, paper, scissors type deal because we've seen Carbon struggle with teams other teams have dominated and Carbon dominate teams other teams have struggled with. That's just how it has been throughout the course of the season. And I feel like Delta, this is going to be a pretty even matchup. The last time these two teams met, it was right before we went into the winter break. And since then, both of these teams have seen a lot of improvement. They've added a lot. For Carbon, the main addition comes on the defensive side of things. Back at the start of the season, we only saw them typically run a 2-3 zone. Now we see them run a 3-2. We see them run a man-to-man. They're running trap. They're running a press. They have multiple defenses to throw your way now, and that has caused a lot of team fits down the stretch.
So, as we said, the bottom of the bracket is the Dinos and Delta here as you look at the bracket, which I like, and another reason why I like it, the winner of this game on February 19th at SUU plays at 2:30. I mean, the top of the bracket is a 9:30 game, 11:10 game, a 12:50 game, and a 2:30 game. 9:30 in the morning games is something you're not used to doing. 2:30 in the afternoon, to me, is the best time slot. And that's the winner of this game. That's where they'll go.
No, you want that 2:30 or you want that 5 o'clock game because those are the two times where you're going to be more used to playing basketball. Like you mentioned, early in the morning, that's hard to get into, especially early on in the tournament. Day 2 or 3, that's a different story, but especially that opening day of the knockout rounds, you go there and you get there at 8 a.m., you're just not yourself. You're not going to play your best basketball because your body's not used to performing at a high level at that time of day.
Right. So I think I went through the bracket we were on, right? We were having a few problems, but it came through okay. Let me get your thoughts on it. And Emory-Logan, game 1 tonight on our sister station. That's going to be a good game.
That is, and it goes back to what we've been talking about throughout the Landon's D's of the Service pregame show. It's going to come down to matchup, and it's going to come down to who wants it more. Despite their low seed and their poor record, Logan is a team who's pretty scary coming into this state tournament. They have a player stands about 6'8", like we're going to see tonight on the Delta Rabbits in the case of Kobe Driggs. So that height can cause you a lot of fits, especially with a team like Emory who likes to run small ball. They're going to have to turn into some of their bench players to try and get themselves prepared for this game because they like to run a small, quick shooting lineup. But when you have a 6'8" player, it's hard to compete unless you're throwing more bigs out there.
Yeah, so the winner of the Emory-Logan game will play the winner of the Juap-Grantsville game. Then the winner of the Morgan-Ben Lomond game will play the winner of Canyon View Union. Union, one of our region teams.
No, Union just got a poor draw in that situation. That's a team who definitely, they felt that throughout the season they sat in that 6-7 slot, but gradually throughout region they just lost that flair, and it comes along in region when you see teams multiple times. They have an advantage over Canyon View, and Canyon View hasn't seen them this year. And one thing that Union does very well, especially that first time you see them, is they have lots of players who can shoot the 3-ball. And if you can take advantage of that and you think you can only close out on one player, you're in for a long night. And, the teams in Region 13 have recognized that, and they've adapted to it, but it's something that's going to cause fits for a lot of players.
The Dinos just showing up, the traffic was awful coming.
Oh, it was terrible, Sonny. We drove through a brush fire. We drove through your regular I-15 traffic jam. Once it got to that Delta turnoff, though, things were moving, but glad to see the boys able to get here.
I'm glad they got here. Yeah, let's look Now, at Richfield, Providence Hall will play the winner of Ogden and Manti. So we have one team from our region in there. That would be Manti. They play Ogden.
Yeah, I think Manti is going to feel pretty good coming into this. They didn't have the end of the season they quite wanted, but they're still a team who can make some noise.
And as I said, American Heritage, North St. Pete, that's a game we really need to watch because the winner of that game will play the winner of the game tonight, Delta and Carbon here at Delta High School. I'm excited for this game, Aiden. I think it's going to be a great game tonight. The Dinos playing the best basketball, I feel, that they've played all year. And I also think, correct me if I'm wrong here, I think they play better on the road sometimes.
Sometimes it feels like they do. It's getting away from the noise that your hometown can bring. You know, the student section's rowdy, the band's playing, and you know those kids, and it causes a little bit of an extra distraction. But it feels like when the Dinos go on the road, they take that business trip mentality. They're not here to goof off. They're not here to spend time away from the classroom. They are here to take down the Delta Rabbits, and if they can embrace that mentality, Sonny, I like their chances tonight.
First time these teams played this year, they played once, and Delta came away with a 70-63 win.
Yeah, that was a close game, Sonny, all throughout. Originally, it was going to be a 5-point victory for the Rabbits, but a last-second throwdown by Kobe Driggs elevated that lead to 7. And, you know, I think that's something. I think Coach Brower might hold a little bit of a grudge there. No one really – it's one of those unwritten rules of basketball. You know, you're up by a big enough margin, you let that clock run out. That wasn't the case in that game. Delta give us the Dinos a little extra something. And you got to feel they were going to be watching that film coming in to tonight's contest. Another thing that really played in the Rabbits' favor was Brody Cleaver. My goodness, that young man had an explosive game against the Dinos. He scores a career-high 30 points.
Yes.
Now, that's something post-game Coach Brower called an anomaly. Now, with the lights shining their brightest, Carbon has an opportunity to prove that statement correct, or is he hungry for another 30-point game?
But they also have Kobe Driggs, who's averaging 12.6 points per game.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Kobe Driggs was a near non-factor in that first matchup between them. They held him scoreless in the first half. He ended the game with, if I remember correctly, about 8 points. So they did a good job battling against him. Ty Mortensen and Kobe Driggs, that's the matchup you're going to be watching down low in the paint. I think it's going to come down to those extra players outside of there because they kind of neutralize each other down low. Neither are going to be able to get a shot off, at least easily. It's going to come down to the guard play here, and you're going to look at the likes of, like you mentioned, Bronco Bundy, Mason Robinson, and Brody Cleaver. All three of them either in double digits or flirting with double digits. So those are the guys you're going to be looking to, and they're going to be battling against a tough Dino court as well in the likes of Carter Warburton, Logan Bennett, Kyler Orth. It's going to be a tough battle from start to finish. It's going to come down, Sonny, to who's going to make those shots and who's going to want it more, being able to put out that extra effort, try and make those hustle plays that matter so much.
Yeah, for the Dinos leading the way, Carter Warburton, 12.5 points per game a night. He also has a very big role in passing and assist. He's good from the free throw line. We need to really see him have a really good game tonight against this Delta team.
No, he's just he's had an off few weeks to close out the season. We can get Carter back to form. I think the Dinos have a very good shot there as long as he is executing. He's been short-arming shots lately. He just hasn't been playing at the same level of confidence we saw midway through the year.
Then you have Ty Mortensen, 9.4 points per game, but I'll tell you what, it's not his offensive side, but if he scores 9 points, that's a good night for the Dinos because that's offense and defense, because his defensive side, I could watch this kid play defense all night. His blocks, the way he plays defense, he makes the paint a miserable night for the opponent all the time. I love the way Ty Mortensen plays.
No, you've seen it. You've seen situations where players will drive in and they're thinking about shooting and they see Ty step in the lane and they immediately look to pass away. They're scared to challenge him one-on-one in the painted area, and it's a major advantage for the Dinos. It's forcing a lot of teams to try and rely on the three ball. But speaking of that, the Rabbits, pretty big fans of shooting the three. They shoot nearly 22 attempts per game. However, they're only making about 25% of those looks. So it's something you're going to be okay with them taking a lot of as long as they're not catching fire. And that was the case in the third quarter when these two teams last met.
So Bennett and Orth. Bennett averaging 10.7, Orth 10.9. When those two guys are clicking, and they play great together. They get a lot of good shots inside and high percentage shots and good looks at the basket, and that's huge for this Dino offensive as well.
It's a major thing. Logan Bennett especially, and as well as Kyler, they both have a little flip switch they can flip, and they just take over games at the drop of a hat. We've seen Logan do it. We've seen Kyler do it. If they can both do that tonight, that greatly improves their chances.
Kind of a strange night, Aiden. I mean, no JV game, so we're just moments away. We're 15 minutes away from tip-off. Place is still kind of empty. It's just it's a little bit different not having JV playing. When we walked in here at 5 o'clock tonight, we were the only ones here.
It was us, the players, and, the janitors. It was only that. Those were the only people here. But as we get closer and closer to tip-off, this place is filling up. That's what I've always been impressed with Delta, is their fans are so loyal. They will pack this place, and, the community support shows in those banners hanging in the rafters.
Yeah, I love this gym. I love the atmosphere here. It's going to be a fun night tonight. It is Carbon and Delta right here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. First round of the state playoffs. The winner moves on Thursday at 2:30 p.m. to play at SUU. And let's talk about that real 1 second before we go on a break. I would love to see these kids get the opportunity to play there, because what a beautiful venue that is at Southern Utah.
No, it's a beautiful facility, and those are the memories that are going to last a lifetime for you as a high school basketball player, is being able to play on those next-level courts like you're going to see at Southern Utah. Playing in that arena is one of the best feelings you'll ever have. I spent a lot of time at that just a few years ago, and, it never gets old.
Well, get your snacks ready. Help Carbon. Let's get them there. Tonight, Carbon Delta. We'll take a break, and when we come back, more of the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Carbon Dino basketball, Carbon Delta, first round of the playoff here at Delta High School. And we'll go to the interview now that was done a couple of days ago with Coach Brower. We'll go to that now.
Joining us in studio to talk about that and the state tournament, we have head coach Taylor Brower. Coach, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate coming in.
Yeah, that was a big one for you guys, I know, this past Friday. What does that do for the confidence, the motivation, and just the morale of a team when you can go on the road and beat a rival?
Monday practice was very, because it's a long week, I didn't hold a long practice this week, but even the atmosphere within the practice was loose. The kids were having fun. They were just, it was a better attitude. I feel like if we'd have lost, we'd have been a little down. But it's been nice this week because kids have been having fun and just kind of practicing, because we did beat our rival twice and it hasn't been done for a while. So I know that was very nice to have, for sure.
You guys had a battle. You had a comfortable lead late in the fourth quarter. You always know, right? You can tell the way the game is going. I'm sure you knew Emory was going to have one last run at you guys.
Yeah, that last, minute and a half, they scored 10 points in a minute and a half, and we just didn't play defense, and I was getting worried, and I told my kids, we've got to be smart. We got to run the clock out. We got to take quality shots if we get them off, but we got to make sure we use the clock. And yeah, they hit a couple big shots, and it definitely made me rethink my life choices at that point. But I'm glad we were able to come out with a win.
I think in this game, Coach, and this kind of, I think, can trickle over right into the next 3 to 4 games that you guys will play throughout the remainder of the season. Ty Mortensen is a problem. He's a problem for a lot of teams. Yeah,
and I don't think teams realize what kind of a rim protector he is, but not only that, but his ability to distribute and score. Like, he's one of those kids that you're like, man, I'm so glad I have him. And he struggled the last couple of weeks. I'm glad he showed up against Emory and was able to play well. And yeah, he definitely is a game changer. I mean, we will definitely miss him next year for sure.
And then I think on top of that, you have Logan Bennett. And I have said all year long, Logan is just a unique player. And I don't know if Logan gets talked enough among the media. When we have our conversations about our teams, I always bring up Logan for a reason. Because he can do so many things so well, especially against a 2-3. I mean, you can utilize him on the high post. He did a very good job at that on Friday.
Yeah, Logan's the energy guy. He's always been the energy guy. Even if he's not scoring, like, he does so many extra things on top of that, rebounding, steals, defense is amazing. So, yeah, Logan's one of those guys that is just kind of a jack of all trades, and he'll do his job when he needs to do it, and he knows what role he fills, and so he's been doing that very well recently.
Cash Withers comes up with another big three-point shot. I mentioned at the beginning of the Emory broadcast, I said Cash Withers is a Spartan killer, and he did it again. He had another huge three.
Cash, he's definitely a person that you have to make sure that he has the confidence. And I know that coming into the game, and not just Cash, but the senior group in general, like, they had the confidence knowing they could beat Emory. And when he shoots with confidence, he can hit anything down. And that's one of the things that I think has changed in the last couple of weeks is Cash has shot a lot of threes. His percentage is around 30% right now, 32%, but he is learning how to shoot, and we actually are trying to get him the ball more because he allows us to space the floor a little better. So Cash, when he's on, we win. And when he's able to shoot, we win. And that's what I really appreciate about him.
So then you have to wait, right? We didn't know what was going to happen Friday night moving into Saturday morning, 10:30, the results come out. How happy are you with the draw?
I'm really happy because the chances of us playing a team, because we were going to play either Emory, Delta, Juab, or was it Canyon View?
Could have been.
And I was like, I don't mind playing Emory again. I really didn't want to see them again in the playoffs. Juab, we've never played well at Juab. I felt like the last game that we played them, though, I mean, they shot really well, and so I felt like we could have played better and could have won that game had they not shot that well. Canyon View, we lost a close one, and Delta, we lost a close one too. So when we saw Delta, I was like, you know what, we'll be fine because we played them in the summer. We played them during the regular season. We should have won in the summer. We lost on a buzzer beater. And then we just made some mistakes at the end. And I know now that we are playing better basketball now than we were then. And so I was really happy getting Delta because I know what we're getting and I know how to stop them.
It was a long time ago that you two played. Can you go back and look at that tape? And if you do, I'm sure you're not just watching Delta, but you're also looking at what you do better now, right?
Yeah, and that was we watched that film on Monday. We watched the film on Tuesday. Before practice, and I just said, look, because it's a tale of two teams. So we were leading at halftime. Our second quarter was by far our best quarter, and then our third quarter is when we stopped scoring. I think we only scored like 5 points that quarter. And so I talked to the kids, and I said, look, this is what we were doing well, and this is what we did bad. And it's kind of been a pattern that we had, and then we watched our Emory game, and we don't have that pattern anymore. So we do have tendencies sometimes to have a bad minute and a half sometimes, but it's not a full quarter, which we had back then. So, yeah, we're doing really well. Our defense is better than it was. We're rotating. And we played a 2-3 the first time, which I don't think we're going to do this time, and because we have other defenses that we can use. So, yeah, we're definitely better than we were back then.
Coach Taylor Brower again of the Carbon Dinos joining us right now. Coach, if we go back to that first meeting, you guys had an outstanding second quarter. You had an awful third quarter. It was kind of weird the way the game played out, right? Because it was tied, if I remember right, at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, it was 19-19.
Big second quarter for you guys, big third quarter for them, and then it was a big closeout for Delta to kind of, I mean, it was a close game in the fourth quarter. How do you go back and fix the problems in that third quarter, and what went wrong in that game?
Well, we watched like our shot selections. We didn't shoot very good shots. We shot contested shots, a lot of contested shots. We also turned the ball over on passes that we didn't need to make, and so we just talked about our blueprint, and we watched some games where we actually had good quarters, and so we moved the ball. The difference between the second quarter and the third quarter is we stopped running. Delta doesn't want to run. They want to slow it down, play a half court. And in the second quarter, we ran and we got the ball up the floor. We made some easy buckets. And then in the third quarter, we stopped. So that was definitely the main difference that we're going to try to do coming up is we're going to run and we go 10 deep now. So even if we get tired, I can rotate a new 5 guys in and we'll be just as fresh and we'll be just as good with those second group.
Let's look at the path. I mean, you don't want to ever look past an opponent, especially when you're an underdog going on the road. But when you look at the bottom half of the bracket, I mean, American Heritage, very good basketball team. Richfield, we know they're great as well. I don't know if there is any placing in this tournament that you would feel comfortable with.
No, there's good teams up and down. I mean, even like the middle of the bracket with like Manti and Delta and not Delta and like Union, like Canyon View and Ogden, like that's a good group of teams. Even the ones below us, like Logan and Providence Hall, like they could steal one. So I'm glad where we sit because we know what we're getting with Delta. American Heritage is a little scary. I'm not going to lie because they beat Morgan. But as I've watched more and more film on American Heritage, they're no different than us. And I think we do some things better than them. So I'm looking forward to making it if we can get that far and playing them in the tournament for sure.
I mean, it's difficult, right, for a Carbon team to get to the quarterfinals. That's kind of been, you and I were talking about this. It's happened like twice. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, right?
No, it doesn't. I think the last time Carbon made it to state was back in like 2020 or something like that with Curtis Conde and with Preston Conde in that age group. And then before that, it was with Kyle Quinton and that age group with Kyle Wilson when he was the first-year coach. So, yeah, it doesn't happen very often. And I feel like we're building this year. I feel like we're getting better, and we're hopefully building the program that we can get there more consistently.
You have kind of mentioned practice and the way you handle this, but when you have kind of the routine of playing two or three games a week outside of Christmas break, and even during Christmas break, you guys go to the Hodson, right? So when you get essentially 8 days off, that's got to be difficult.
It is hard. One of the things I worry about is our mindset in regards to like where our mental aspect is to make sure we stay in a routine. The second thing is by this point in the season, there's not really anything to change. Like we're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're just going to try to fine tune some things and try to work on some things. And so at this point, like our practices are about 2 hours during the season. In the last 2 days, we've only practiced for about an hour and 15 minutes because I don't want to wear the kids out and I don't want them to feel like they're in the drudgery of the season because we are in the grind and we're on the downhill slope, but I don't want them to lose that love that we have for the game right now. So I'm being very mindful of how the kids' attitudes are and how they're viewing the practices. And we have good practices and we've had some bad aspects of our practices. But one of the nice things is we did this 2 weeks ago when we had our bye week. So it's not something that we're not used to because I think it's very fresh in our mind about what happened the last time we had a long break like this. And so I'm hoping that kids remind themselves about what happened because we lost to North Sanpete that week. So I'm hoping that they realize that what they need to do to fix that and we can play better on Friday.
So, Coach, before I let you go, mindset of the kids, you mentioned that a moment ago, trying to keep them fresh, trying to keep them on track. $1 million question is how you do that.
You know, one of the things that I've tried to do, we've talked about this all year, the most important game of the year is the play-in game. But one of the things that I've also tried to do is just remind the kids, at the start of the season, I had this long list of things that we needed to do to win the game, whether it be a game plan or stop this player or do this. And then I went through a phase where I created goals for games and at halftime we'd say where we at were at the goals. But the last probably month, I've just tried to be like, I've literally just wrote, play as a team, have fun, and you've got nothing to lose. And so that's just something that we have to keep our mindset in for this week. In practices, I try to do that. I try to make them as fun as I possibly can, because it is about how fun the game is and why we play the game.
You're exactly right. Most important game, right? I mean, everything that you've done over the last 4 months doesn't mean anything if you lose this game.
No, for sure. And that goes for anyone that's playing on Friday. Like, even if you're Providence Hall and you have the low seed, it's no different than March Madness. Like, if you play I am a firm believer that whoever is playing the best basketball at the end of the year is going to win. It doesn't matter what seed they are. It doesn't matter how far down they are. Like, if you're playing the best basketball, you'll win, and it doesn't matter who you play.
Coach, it's always fun to get you in. It's always fun to talk. I appreciate you making out the time to come on down to the studio, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino Basketball. Great interview there with Coach Brower, and it's time for the starting lineups. The starting lineups first for the Carbon Dinos will be number 2, Kyler Orth, averaging 10.9 points per game, the senior. Senior number 4, Caleb Sorensen, averaging 3.6 points per game. He wears number 4. Number 10, Carter Warburton, the senior. And they turn the lights off on us. Number 10, the senior, averaging 12.5 points per game. Number 24, Logan Bennett, senior, averaging 10.7 points per game. And number 34, Ty Mortensen, senior center, averaging 9.5 points per game. That's the starting 5 for the Carbon Dinos.
Yeah, that's about the starting lineup we've seen throughout the season for the Dinos. So pretty par for the course for what we've seen from Coach Brower's squad.
And for the Delta, number 0, Mason Robinson, the senior, averaging 9.4 points per game. Number 12, Bronco Bundy, the senior, averaging 10.7 points per game. Got to watch him tonight.
You do. We really do.
The 6'4 senior.
Brody Cleaver.
Brody Cleaver, number 11. We didn't get their starting lineup, so we're getting them as they call them out for you guys. Number 2, Jet Rawlinson, and we remember him from football.
Oh, all too well, Sonny. All too well.
The senior. And number 23, Kobe Driggs, the senior, averaging 12.6 points per game. So the starters, once again, for the Carbon Dinos tonight will be Tyler Orth, Caleb Sorensen, Carter Warburton, Logan Bennett, Ty Mortensen. Starting 5 for the Delta Rabbits will be number 0, Mason Robinson. Number 2, Jet Rawlinson. Number 11, Brody Cleaver. Number 12, Bronco Bundy. And number 23, Kobe Driggs. We're ready to go. It's the Carbon Dinos. The Delta Rabbits winners go on Thursday to SUU. Jumping at center court will be Ty Mortensen. He'll be jumping against Kobe Driggs, and we're ready to start. We're underway. Controlled by the Delta Rabbits in the backcourt. They wear the white uniforms with the red numbers. The Dinos in their black uniforms, blue numbers. Delta with a basketball. They'll start us off. Bundy hands it over the right side to Driggs. Over in the corner, it goes to Robinson. Robinson back outside to Driggs down low. Off the glass. Shot up no good by Cleaver. Rebound comes down to Mortensen. Stolen away. Shot up. No good. Offensive rebound. Up and good. 2 points for Brody Cleaver.
And what a sequence that was for the Rabbits. A yes, 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 no moment for the Dinos as they come up with the rebound. They try and push the pace, but a quick steal set up by Rawlinson and a rebound by Bundy for the putback puts them up early 2-0.
Foul quickly on Delta, so the Dinos will get the ball. They'll throw it in, and it comes to Sorensen and a turnover for the Dinos.
And that was just a sloppy pass, Sonny. There's no better way to put that.
Bundy with a basketball, drives to baseline, kicks it back outside. Still has it from 15, won't go. Rebound comes down to Orth. Orth to Sorensen, ahead to Warburton. Turnover for the Dinos. What do we got? Jump ball. Controlled by the Dinos.
That's a lucky break for Carbon, Sonny. Again, they're trying to push the pace. They're trying to do too much with it, though, and it nearly results in another turnover.
Dinos will throw the ball in on the baseline. Underneath their own basket. Bennett will throw it in. And it comes to Bennett. Bennett, spin move, whistle, foul on Delta. That's foul number 2 on Delta. 6:49 left to play in the first quarter.
That's a lucky break for Mr. Bennett as he was about to commit a travel. He was going to slide that pivot foot a little too far, but he gets hacked in the process of doing that, and as a result, Dinos are still going to retain possession.
Warburton will throw the ball in on the baseline. 6:49 left to play first quarter, 2-0 Delta. Mortensen with the ball on the right side. Now gives it to Sorensen, back to Mortensen, over to Warburton on the right wing. He'll go around a screen set by Mortensen. Good defense by Delta. Back outside to Sorensen. Bounce pass down to Mortensen. Tries to get it underneath. Turnover number 3. Dinos haven't had a shot at the basket yet.
No, Delta's defense has just been suffocating to start this contest.
Bundy inside. Now kicks it outside. It goes to Robinson. Shot for 3. No good. Offensive rebound underneath by Cleaver. Double teamed on the baseline and throws it away. Turnover number 1 for Delta. We come back the other way, and the Dinos have another turnover, trying to get the ball down the floor. Number 4. Delta with a basketball. Outside, 3-point shot, good. Kobe Driggs, he's got his first 3. 5 for Delta, full court pressure being applied. Bennett gives it over to Warburton on the right side, 5-0 Delta. 5:47 left to play first quarter. Bennett to Warburton, shot up and no good, and the rebound comes down to Delta. They got their first shot of the game with 5:37 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, not the best start offensively, but a great start defensively for the Delta Rabbits.
Down low, lay it up and in. Kobe Driggs, last 5 points belong to him. Dinos break the press easily this time, but they turn it over as they try to get the ball down underneath. Turnover number 5. Fast break the other way now, slowed up. Robinson swings it over. Rawlinson, bounce pass down low. Goes to Cleaver. Has the ball knocked away out of bounds. Delta ball on the baseline.
It looks like
timeout, Carbon.
Yeah, the Dinos want a timeout, and after a 7-0 run to start this game, Sonny, you need a timeout. Try and regroup. I'm starting to think maybe that late arrival playing a little impact in there. Those kids just did not look ready for the pace that Delta was bringing to them, and props to Delta. They came out firing. Kobe Driggs having himself a night already.
Yeah, he's got 5 points in the ballgame. When you look at the score, Aiden, it's 7-0. The Dinos have had one shot at the basket.
Yeah, one shot at the basket. They've given up 4 steals. Rawlinson, Cleaver, and Bundy all have steals. That's not a stat you're going to be looking at and smiling if you're Coach Brower.
5 turnovers for the Dinos. 7-0 football score. 5:08 left to play in the first quarter. Rawlinson will throw the ball in. On the baseline. Having a hard time getting it in, and it comes deep. Goes to Robinson. Robinson swings over to the right side, Bundy. Bundy picked up. Dinos playing zone. Perimeter passing. For Delta, back over to the left side. It goes to Robinson, down low. Driggs makes a move into the paint. Jump ball.
That was one of those defensive plays we always see from Ty. He knows where to get his hand in, when to reach in, and how long he needs to hold it there. And this time results in a jump ball, but still going to be Delta possession. They need another good stop.
And it comes deep to Robinson. Bounce pass goes right side to Cleaver. Cleaver drives in the paint. Bounce pass down low. The ball goes out of bounds off the Dinos. They missed the shot right before the shot clock went off, and then it went off Bennett. Turnover number 6 for the Carbon Dinos. So Delta gets the ball with a new shot clock. Well, 4:44 left to play first quarter, 7-0.
It looks like the Dinos are starting to show a little more energy on the floor, but Delta just off to a hot start.
Baseline shot, no good that time by Driggs. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. Pizzoni in the ball game for the Dinos along with Withers. And a whistle and a foul on Delta. Team foul number 3.
That one goes against Brody Cleaver. He does not look too happy as he heads to the bench. Gives a big clap and a sigh of exasperation. That's the third team foul, like you mentioned. The second called against Cleaver. Dinos take possession along the baseline.
Withers will throw it in, and it comes. Gives it to Pizzoni. Pizzoni to Griffith. To Withers, back to Griffith. Down on the baseline. Nice pass to Mortensen. Shot blocked. What do we got? We got a foul on Delta. Foul's going to be on Kobe Driggs. Team foul number 4. Free throws for Ty Mortensen.
Well, that's a player, Sonny. If you can put him into foul trouble early, that's better for the Dinos because he is a massive roadblock they're going to have to overcome, not just defensively, but his offense today has been firing on all cylinders.
Free throw number 1 is up and no good.
And Ty on the season shooting 70% from the charity stripe.
Second free throw, good. So Mortensen gets the first points of the ball game for the Dinos. They come with 4:25 left to play in the first quarter. 7-1 Delta. Bundy checking into the ball game's pace. He checked in on that last dead ball. Down the baseline, Rawlinson double teamed. Kicks it outside to Pace, and it goes through his hands out of bounds. Turnover number 2 for Delta.
Yeah, so the Dinos defense finally starting to pick up a little bit. They're finally starting to get into their rhythm, but they need the offense to start catching up.
So Dinos with the basketball, full court pressure being applied, goes to Griffith. Scramble for the ball, stolen, turnover number 7. Shot up and in. So the Dinos with the turnover, and Robinson puts it in for 2. It's 9-1. It's all Delta early. Dinos break the press. Bennett inside, shot up and good. Well, nice plays by Bennett. We needed that.
That's exactly what the Dinos needed. They needed something to break the lid off the basket, and Bennett does it in a big way with the 2.
Turnover by Delta. Pace tried to get the ball to Shertu, checked into the ball game on that last dead ball. Checking in for the Dinos will be Branch. Coming out will be Mortensen. 3:38 left to play first quarter. 4 fouls on Delta, none on the Dinos. 9-3 Delta. Bennett with the ball, gives it to Withers. To Pizzoni down the right side, breaks the half-court stripe. Hands it off to Branch. Bounce pass down low. Griffith kicks outside. Withers for 3. Baseline right, won't go. Long Offensive rebound, Branch has it knocked away and turnover, and it comes down to Delta. Fast break the other way. Whistle and a foul on the ground. Foul on Bennett. His first team foul. 3:16 left to play in the first quarter. 9-3 Delta.
And the Dinos are trying to whittle their way back in. Just things aren't going in their favor. Slowly but surely, though, we are starting to see more and more explosiveness and effort from the Dinos.
Orth comes in for Bennett. Inbounds pass, thrown out of bounds. Turnover for Delta. That's their fourth. And even though Delta's up 9-3, it hasn't been the cleanest game by either team. But the Dinos have 8 turnovers with 5 minutes being played.
No, you can't win a game like that. You got to find a way to clean them up. And they have done a little bit better in the past 3 minutes of not turning the ball over, but it's always a risk factor.
Mazzoni throws it away. Tried to get it to Griffith. Turnover number 9. Fast break the other way. Dinos get back on defense. Bundy drives in, whistle, and a foul on Orth.
I think he tripped on that one, if I'm being honest with you, Sonny. I think he caught the leg of Orth. Orth didn't step in his way, didn't make any intentional contact, but official sees it, blows the whistle. Going to be Delta ball. First foul against Orth. Going to be only the second team foul, though, against the Dinos.
First foul on Orth. Second team foul, as you said, on the Dinos. Bundy will throw the ball in on the baseline. First round of the tournament. Higher seed gets the home court. That's why we're in Delta. Nice bounce pass in the paint. Pace with the ball. Kicks it outside. Shirts from 10. Good.
And another turnover for the Dinos.
Another turnover. They try to get the ball past the half-court stripe. You know, the full-court pressure is causing the Dinos problems. Down in the paint. Goes to Shirts. Kicks it outside to Robinson. 3. Won't go. Rebound, Branch, and then Withers will gather it up. Gives it ahead to Bazzoni. 11-3, 2:33 left to play. Orth in the paint, shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound, shot up, no good. Whistle, foul. Orth will go to the line to shoot 2.
I get you're trying to push the pace, but you don't need to be throwing these Hail Mary passes coast to coast, especially with the track record they've had early on in the game. They just haven't been working in your favor.
First free throw up, no good. 1 for 3 from the line tonight for the Dinos. Checking into the ball game will be Kolsny. That will be Caden. Second free throw up by Orth, and it's no good as well. And the Dinos just look out of sync early.
You know, I really do think that delay in their arrival is playing a factor into it, but nonetheless, you just got to come prepared.
Bundy over to Robinson. Back to Bundy. They play catch between the top circles. Back over goes to Robinson. Drives in, kicks it to the baseline right. Kolsky traveled. Turnover number 5 for Delta.
You know, ball security just has not been either team's strong suit this frame, Sonny, to open the game. The nerves of the playoffs getting to both sides.
2:03 and running left to play in the first quarter. Try to get the ball to Branch. Turnover number 11. 11 turnovers for Carbon here in the first quarter.
You got to give it to Caden Kolsky, though. That was an excellent read.
Great play. 3-point shot. Good. Baseline left. Bodie Shirts comes into the ball game, has 5 quick points. Warburton gives it to Griffith. Back to Warburton. Top circle. Double teamed. Tries to break it. Stops at the 3-point line. Down underneath the Orth. Bounce pass back outside to Griffith. Shovel pass out of bounds. Turnover number 12 for the Dinos.
Well, throughout the course of the season, Sonny, we've always talked about it with Coach Brower. It just feels like there's always one quarter this team couldn't escape from where they just didn't play their best basketball. But as the season went on, they lowered it down to simply just maybe a minute or two where they weren't executing. But tonight, old habits dying hard as the Delta Rabbits have come out swinging and the Dinos putting up a dud.
Bundy with the ball. 3-point line. Bounce pass down low. Shot at the basket. Good. Kobe Driggs has 7. And it's a 16-3 Delta lead. Mortensen to Bennett. Off the glass. Won't good. Offensive rebound. Mortensen. Ball knocked away. Whistle and a foul on Delta. Number 6. Free throws for the Dinos.
Well, this is no better chance than now to try and start cutting into this lead, make things a little bit better for yourself heading into those final 3 quarters, but just a dismal start for the Dinos, Sonny. They have not had the opportunity to get anything going.
Free throw. No good. Nothing working for the Dinos in the first quarter with 1:04 left to play.
On the band with a little extra something too. That's one of the perks of having a home court advantage.
1 for 5 from the line for the Dinos. Second free throw by Mortensen is up. No good. 1 for 6. Rebound comes down to Rawlinson. And a whistle. Travel. I believe it was a travel, correct?
That's what I'm seeing down there, and the Delta fans none the happier about that. That's going to set the Dinos up along the sideline with 58 seconds left.
16-3, Warburton with a basketball. 3-point line over to Withers on the left side. Cross court pass to Orth. Ball knocked away. Turnover. Fast break the other way. Lay it up and in. It's Bronco Bundy. His first points of the ball game.
Forget this, Sonny. His first points of the ball game. He's got 3 steals.
18-3. Withers has the ball knocked away. Stolen. Fast break again for Robinson. Lay it up. No. Basket went, but they said on the ground.
You got a duo of Rabbits right now, both with 3 steals. Robinson picking up his third there. Bronco Bundy also has 3. They're just picking apart the Dinos defensively. They are getting anything they're wanting.
And it comes from the baseline to Robinson. Robinson down. It goes to Bundy. Shot up, no good. And it will go to the Dinos.
Yeah, they're saying tie with the block. I think that's the correct call there, Sonny. He did an excellent job making the read and swatting it back down to earth.
Pressure being applied. Warburton to Bennett. They'll break the half-court stripe. Give it to Mortensen. Morton to Withers. Withers to Warburton. Top circle. Goes left side. Keeps his dribble alive. Withers for 3. Wing left. Good. Cash with the 3. 18-6. At the buzzer. Oh, almost went by Robinson from 3/4. We played 1.
Well, with how that...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, with how that quarter was going, Sonny, I wouldn't be surprised to see that half-court heave fall in for Delta. They just were having one of those kinds of frames.
So Delta 18, the Carbon Dinos 6 after 1. Dinos with 14 turnovers in quarter number 1, Aiden. That has to be cleaned up.
No, you can't do that and expect to win a ball game, Sonny. Those are totals you're expecting to see at the end of a game, not at the end of the first quarter. The Dinos need a bit of a wake-up call in the first. They start battling back, and I think that Withers 3 going to do them wonders when it comes to momentum heading in to the second frame. But Delta, to their credit, they're just playing lights out today, Sonny. Their defense has looked stellar. Their offense is flowing. They're doing everything they can to try and advance to those knockout rounds at SUU.
Kobe Driggs has 7. Shirts with 5, and then Bundy, Cleaver, and Robinson with 2 for Delta. For the Carbon Dinos, 3 for Withers, 2 for Bennett, 1 for Mortensen.
Yeah, just not the best scoring output for the Dinos. And they had opportunities, and we're always talking about how you need to take advantage of those opportunities at the line. The Dinos just haven't been able to do that.
So the Dinos will have the basketball first to start the second quarter. Warburton will throw it in. And it comes to Sorensen. See if the Dinos can get something going here in quarter number 2. Sorensen to Mortensen. Over to Warburton. Warburton 3-point line picked up there by Schertz. Down low to Mortensen. They start the second quarter the same way with the turnover, number 15.
4 steals for Bronco Bundy.
Pace over in the corner. 3-point shot, baseline right, won't go by Schertz, and the rebound comes down to Mortensen. Sorensen ahead to Warburton. Delta is doing a good job getting back on defense. Warburton shot up, won't go, whistle, and he travels.
No, the defense of Delta on the get back is truly something to be amazed at. They're going coast to coast at the same speed as the Dinos. Nothing easy in transition coming for Carbon.
16 turnovers now for the Dinos. Rawlinson with the basketball. Picked up there by Orth, whistle and a foul.
That's going to be the second personal whistled against Orth. First team foul this frame against the Dinos. They've looked out of sync.
Yeah. Orth will come out. Withers comes in. In it comes with the basketball. Pace. Hands the ball off. This is Bundy. Bundy to Schertz. Swings over the Colstein. Ball knocked away. Picked up by the Dinos. Ahead to Sorensen. Sorensen bounce pass to Warburton. Fakes to three. Finds Withers on the left side. Nice defense once again by Delta. They are not giving the Dinos anything. And the Dinos will throw it into the backcourt, and it'll be turnover number 17.
I'm in awe of this Delta defense, Sonny. They have obviously spent the week game planning and working on that to perfection. They're dotting their I's, they're crossing their T's. Every small detail defensively that you could ask for, the Delta Rabbits are doing it early on, and it's showing on the scoreboard. The offense, if it was going as well as their defense was, this game would be 30-6.
Bundy with the ball. Swings over to the right side, goes to Robinson. Down on the baseline left, it's Rollinson. Back outside, it goes to Bundy. Shot clock 25, plenty of time. 18-6, Delta with the lead in the ball. 6:34 left to play first half. Down low, shot up and in. Nice pass down low to Bronco Bundy. He has 4, and it's 20-6.
It was good mid-air readjustment, too, by Bundy to get the shot to fall.
Warburton with the ball on the right side. Gives it off to Withers. He'll take the three. Good. He has 6. He acted nonchalant. He was just going to
he was just going to pull up. And, that's what I love about Cash. He has that confidence. And when he does, those shots fall from everywhere.
On the baseline, kick it out. Here's a baseline three, and they answer right back from the left by Mason Robinson. He has 5. 23-9 Delta. Warburton all the way to the basket. Shot blocked. He gets it back. Kicks it outside to Mortensen. Fakes the 15-foot jumper. Out to Withers for 3. This one's long. Rebound comes down to Delta, and with it is Pace.
Now, I like
timeout.
I like what Delta's doing offensively. What they're doing is they're getting the ball into a corner, and he starts running along the baseline. They use Driggs to set a screen down low, opening up an opposite corner three. They pass it. They knock it down. That's how the Delta Rabbits were able to answer back that last possession.
Do a game set here. 23-9, Delta with the lead. 1 foul on the Dinos. No fouls on Delta. Delta leading the way is Driggs with 7, Schertz with 5, Robinson with 5, Bundy with 4, Cleaver with 2.
Yeah, it's been a balanced scoring effort for the Rabbits, and they're executing to perfection right now. If you're a coach, you're a fan of the Rabbits, you're a coach of the Rabbits, you're loving what you're seeing.
For the Dinos, a couple of threes for Withers. He has 6, Bennett with 2, Mortensen with 1. On the floor for the Dinos will be Sorensen, Withers, Warburton, Mortensen, and Bennett.
Normally I caution against trying to get back into a game solely by threes, but with the game Cash is having right now, I think you got to feed the hot hand. Try and get him more involved in the offense.
Pace with the basketball. Down low it goes. Cleaver back outside to Robinson. Here's a three-point shot. Good. Forward Pace. And it's all Delta. 26-9. Dinos with the basketball. Sorensen breaks the pressure. Gives it over to Warburton on the right side. Warburton out front goes to Bennett. Bennett between the circles. Picks up his dribble to Warburton. Down low to Mortensen. To Bennett in the paint. Shot up. Good off the glass. Bennett has 4.
And they needed that badly because that's someone who's not Withers getting the ball in the basket, trying to cut into this deficit.
Bundy to Pace. Swing it over to Robinson. Back to Pace. Works his way down the baseline. Rollinson. Bundy to Robinson. 3. No good this time from the left wing. The rebound comes down to Withers. He has it taken away from him. Down underneath. Kicks it back outside to Robinson. Bundy for 3. No. Offensive rebound goes to Rollinson. Works his way in the paint. Back outside Bundy for another 3. No. Rebound. Delta again. It's Cleaver. His shot up. No good. Whistle and a foul on the Dinos. Foul on Bennett.
Well, I got a quick update for you coming out of the Spartan Center in Castledale, Sonny. Right now, the Spartans up 25-21 over the visiting Logan team, and that's going to be a good battle. Come down to the wire down in Emory.
At the free throw line, Brody Cleaver. Free throw number 1 is up and no good. That's their first free throw of the night. They really haven't
Yeah, they haven't been in situations where they've needed to shoot free throws. Everything else has been falling.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say that.
No, they've just been dissecting the Dinos' defense.
Yes.
It's surgical out there. This is the first time they've had to go through anything really contested.
Cleaver's second free throw good. 27-11 with 4:20 left to play in the first half. Bennett will throw the ball in for the Dinos. And it comes to Warburton, back to Bennett. To Bozzoni, back to Bennett. Back to Bozzoni. Drives inside, kicks it out to Withers. 3-point line on the baseline left. Swings the ball back over to Bozzoni on the right side. Bozzoni double teamed. Picks up his dribble. Down low it goes to Mortensen. Nice move off the glass and in. That was the best offensive possession the Dinos have had tonight.
No, things were flowing there. They looked like the Dinos team we've come to know and love throughout the season.
Pace to Bundy. Bundy at the 3-point line, double teamed. Swings it over. Here's a 3-point shot from the baseline right. No good by Rollinson. Offensive rebound up and in by Driggs. He has 9. Good first half for Driggs. 29-13. Warburton over to Withers. 3-point shot baseline left. This time it won't go. Rebound Bundy.
There's one player I'm okay with taking those shots time and time again, and that is Cash Withers. He is a 3-point specialist. You want to see him get going, especially when you're trying to claw back in.
Down underneath. In the paint. Shot up and in. Driggs again. Over Mortensen. 31-13. 3:07 left in the first half. Turnover Dinos. Shot up. And they're going to call is it an offensive foul with a jump ball?
Yeah, Ty again does what he's been doing throughout the course of this game. He gets his hand on the ball as they're going up into that shooting motion, and he just does not get off the leather. And because of that, jump ball yet again, this time going in favor of the Rabbits.
Delta will throw the ball in on the baseline. 31-13, 3:04 left to play. Pace with the ball. Here's a 3, baseline right by Robinson. No good. Offensive rebound up and no good by Driggs. Rebound comes down. Here comes the Dinos. And they'll turn the ball over as Griffith tried to get the ball ahead of Bozzoni. Turnover number 20 for the Dinos. Drive inside, knocked away. They give it back to Carbon. Here come the Dinos the other way. It's Withers with the ball on the left side. Gives it to Warburton. Warburton drives to baseline. Puts it up off the glass. Won't go. Rebound Mortensen. Back to Warburton. 15 from the free throw line. No good. Rebound comes down to Driggs. Driggs to Pace. Pass to half-court stripe. Still with the basketball, drives in, kicks it outside. Bundy for 3. Left baseline, up, no good. Whistle over the back, foul on Delta. That will be on Rollinson.
No, that was one of the easiest over-the-back calls that ref is ever going to get to make, Sonny. That was textbook. That's the picture they show in the official handbook of what an over-the-back looks like. The Dinos just need to find a way to take advantage of it. With 2:17 left to go, you're down 18, 31-13. You need to find some answers before going into the intermission.
2:16 left to play, as you said. Dinos with the basketball, down 18. Bozzoni double team. Gives it to Warburton. Ball knocked away, whistle and a foul. Foul on Bundy.
It was a bit of a smack to the back of the head by Carter. As much as you don't want to call that, it's still a foul.
Dinos will throw the ball in front of the Delta student body.
That's the worst place to try and throw in the ball. Those fans are on their feet, Sonny. They are wanting to see another Dino turnover.
Caden Colsey checking into the ball game. Warburton will throw it in, and it comes to Bennett. Bennett drives inside, picks up his dribble, kicks it outside to Griffith, finds a cutting Warburton. Shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Robinson, and here come the Rabbits the other way. Shirts over on the right side to Colstead. Ball knocked out of bounds off the Dinos. It'll be Delta ball with 1:52 left to play. 31-13 Delta here in the first half.
It was a good backside read by Griffith coming along the baseline to poke that one away and out of bounds.
And it comes deep. Ball goes to Pace. Now down low it goes. Shot up, no good. Nice pass by Shirts, getting the ball to Colstead, who got the ball down deep to Cleaver, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And it was a good example of Cleaver winning the positioning battle down low. He has a mismatch trying to go against Griffith, able to seal him off on the exterior, gets a wide open pass underneath the basket.
Foul on Griffith, his second. Team foul number 3 for the Dinos. First free throw is up and good for Cleaver. Second free throw up and good. Cleaver has 5. 3 for 4 from the free throw line as a team tonight for Delta. They lead 33-13. Bozzoni double teamed, in some trouble. Gets it outside to Griffith. To Mortensen at the free throw line. Back outside to Bozzoni. Kicks it out to Bennett. Bennett, double teamed, has the ball knocked away in a turnover. Here comes Delta the other way. Pace with the bounce pass ahead to Robinson. Robinson goes to Kolsty. Down low. Kicks it outside. 3-point shot. Baseline right. Won't go this time for Schertz, and the rebound comes down to Mortensen. Mortensen to Bozzoni. Back to Mortensen. Griffith throws it away. Tried to get the ball to Branch, who checked into the ball game. Turnover number 22 for the Dinos. Dinos get it back, though. Here comes Bennett. Fast break the other way. Lay it up. No, it won't go, and the rebound comes down to Kolsty. Nothing dropping for the Dinos. Under a minute left to play here in the first half.
It's just one of those nights, Sonny, and unfortunately coming at the worst possible time for the Dinos when it's win or go home.
Yeah, absolutely. Cleaver travels. Turnover number 8 for Delta. 35 seconds left to play in the first half. 33-13. Delta with the lead. Dinos with the ball. Bozzoni. Shot clock and game clock almost even. Branch, nice pass to a cutting Griffith on the baseline for the easy 2 for the Dinos. 35-15.
Well, Delta has the chance now for the last shot, but you got to be happy if you're Carbon to even be able to get that ball to fall into the basket based on how things have been going in this first half of action.
Robinson picks up his dribble. Gives it to Cleaver. Cleaver on the baseline. Picks up his dribble. Bounce pass turnover. Stolen by the Dinos. Bozzoni with it. Takes it all the way. Drives in. Reverse layup. Did it count? Yes, it's good. At the buzzer. Bozzoni gets the layup to go, and that's how the first half ends. We played a half here at Delta. That's 33 and the Carbon Dinos 17.
That was a much-needed run at the end of the second quarter, Sonny. The Dinos were just looking lethargic early on, and because of that, Delta was able to capitalize and build a big lead, one which they've had it chipped into a little bit, but for the most part, they've been able to maintain.
Delta outscores Carbon 18-6 after 1. They outscore the Dinos 15-11 in the second quarter. Halftime score, it is Delta 33 and the Carbon Dinos 17 when we come back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you.
Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Show. Dinos trail Delta 33-17. An excellent first half for the Rabbits, led by Kobe Driggs, the senior, 11 points. He's averaging 12 points per game. He's got it in the first half. He's played a great first half of basketball.
No, we talked about it during the pregame show, Sonny. During the first game, he was a bit of a non-factor. Well, he recognized that, and my goodness, as he completely flipped the script. He's added a lot to his game. In that first matchup between these two teams, we didn't see him taking threes, but now he is pulling the trigger, and he is connecting from range. Kobe Driggs is a big driving force for why this score looks like it is. Not only is his offense looking spectacular, his defense has been second to none. He has just been dominant in every aspect of the game. He's got 3 total rebounds to go along with his points, a block, and a steal to his name as well.
Then comes Bodie Schertz coming off the bench with 5 points. Brody Cleaver with 5 points, and Mason Robinson. All three of those young men with 5 points in the first half.
Yeah, no, and it may not be the scoring that would impress most people at a glance, but what is really impressive, Sonny, is the amount of steals that these players are coming up with. Bronco Bundy with 5, Brody Cleaver has 4, Mason Robinson has 4, Jet Rawlinson has 2, Kobe Driggs has 1, Caden Colsty has 1, and Bodie Schertz has 1. Almost every player who's seen the floor, Sonny, has come up with a takeaway from the Dinos. They're just not taking good care of the ball, and a part of that is them trying to push the pace. We're all for trying to keep the tempo upbeat, trying to keep the ball moving at a frenzied pace, but at the same time, you have to be doing it in a smart way. The Dinos have instead resorted to desperation, trying to throw Hail Mary bombs down the floor to get easy cherry-picked layups, and it just has not been working for them.
Bundy has 4 points and Pace with 3 points. They shot 4 free throws, Aiden. They made 3 out of 4. They had 9 turnovers in the first half. Take a look at the Carbon Dinos, led by Cash Withers, coming off the bench with a couple of threes. He had 6 points so far in the ballgame.
Yeah, and I like seeing Cash get involved in the action early. When he sees the floor and when he's feeling confident about his shot, good things are going to happen for the Dinos. He's a reason why this game's not completely out of hand just yet.
Logan Bennett with 4, Ty Mortensen with 3, and then we have Bozzoni with 2 and Griffith with 2 for the Carbon Dinos. They are 1 for 6 from the free throw line, and they have 22 turnovers. And the stats that we always talk about, free throws, offensive rebounds, and turnovers. 1 for 6 from the free throw line. That's not good. 22 turnovers in the first half. That's not good. And the offensive rebounding,
they're losing that battle right now, Sonny, by 1, but they're tied in overall rebounds. And coming into this contest, I thought that was going to be a factor for the Dinos, would be whichever team could get out there and crash the glass with the most intensity. Whoever could limit those second chance points, whoever could dominate the boards and win that battle was going to come away with it. Right now, neck and neck, but it's been the turnovers that have plagued Carbon.
Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Want to thank the great people down there at the Castle Valley Orthodontics for sponsoring the halftime show.
Yeah, I think while we have a second, Sonny, let's take a quick look at some scores from around the state. We'll move over to our sister station first, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. With 2 minutes ticked away from the third quarter of action, Emory in a tight battle against Logan, 32-30, sits the score in favor of the Spartans. At the half, Richfield up over Providence Hall, 32-18. You look at some other scores. Grantsville up over Juab at half. A bit of an upset brewing down there in Nephi, 25-22 sits the score at half. So, and also in the halftime break, Ogden up over Manti by 1, 31-30. And that's how Manti likes to play these games, Sonny. We've seen it. They love to play them close.
So Emory and Logan in a battle. Juab and Grantsville in a battle. Could have a couple of upsets on the top of the bracket here with 4-13 and 5-12.
Yeah, and that would be some fun outcomes already. But it comes back to the point we've been trying to make all day, is that any team, any given day, can beat another team in this 3A classification. There's no clear front runner. Every game is being played on pretty level playing field.
Yep, the game that we're trying to watch is American Heritage North Sand Peak, 3-14, because the winner of the Carbon Delta game will play the winner of that game on the 19th at 2:30.
Yeah, going to be a fun showdown, Sonny. I'm looking forward to seeing how this state tournament bracket shapes up. But first, the Dinos need to focus on getting to those knockout rounds in the second half.
Sorensen with the ball, gives it to Bennett. Bennett holds. Back outside it goes to Sorensen. Gives it to Mortensen. Down underneath it goes to Bennett. Shot up, blocked. Controlled by the Delta Rabbits with the basketball. It's Robinson. Robinson down the right side, now gives it to Driggs. Driggs holds. Down low it goes. Whistle and a charge.
Yeah, he used the hand kind of wrapped up around the waist of Warburton to pull himself forward. Fans aren't going to like that call, but it's the correct call to make.
7:32 left to play in the third. 33-17 Delta. Dinos with the ball. Orth shot up at the glass, no good. Rebound, whistle. Foul on Delta.
And the boos are raining down on the officials. But again, it's a football play. If that was a football play, that would just be a running back fighting for a few extra yards. On the basketball court, kind of more frowned upon, especially when the player's in the motion of shooting, as Bennett was trying to get the putback points.
Bennett's free throw, no.
Well, and on the season, Sonny, Bennett been a consistent force, shooting 75% from the line.
1 for 7 from the free throw line for the Dinos. One more free throw to come. 33-17. Delta up. 7:24 left to play. Second free throw good for Bennett. He has 5.
Yeah, Logan getting going early is a good sign.
Full court pressure being applied by the Dinos. Delta breaks it. Fairly easy. Gives it over to the left side. It goes to Driggs. Cross court pass to Robinson. Robinson has the ball knocked away, gets it back. Whistle. Timeout, Delta.
Yeah, things were just getting a little out of hand for the Rabbits. Good to calm the chaos a little bit. It's one of those timeouts where you're just going to bring the players in, have them take a few deep breaths, resettle into the rhythm of the game. The Dinos right now, they're looking a lot better than they did at the start of this contest, and you would hope so. Coach Brower did some good scheming in that halftime break. They're doing a good job of trying to navigate this once potent Delta defense, now making it look a little bit easier than they were.
So Delta will throw the ball in on the baseline, on the side in front of the Delta student body. They came out tonight, didn't they?
Oh, man, that place is filled, Sonny. That is an entire portion of the bleachers blocked off just for the students.
Bundy, good. Goes strong to the basket, lays it up in NES 6. 35-18. Mortensen to Warburton. Down the right side, double teamed. Mortensen back to Warburton, drives in and scores his first 2 points of the ball game.
Beautiful execution all around. They're able to pick Warburton's able to push through the double team, send the pass to the high post, and then cut immediately to the basket. Ty sees that, delivers the bounce pass up and in for the Dinos.
35-20. You look at the stats, Aiden, and you think they might be happy being only down 15.
No, you got to be. It could have been so much worse if the shots were falling at a bigger clip for the Rabbits.
Bundy finds a gap. Shot from 15. Good.
Yeah, shots like that weren't falling in the first half have started to fall now, so you're hoping to keep this one within striking distance, whittle it down heading into the fourth.
Sorensen takes it strong to the basket, whistling a foul. About 15 feet away from the basket, we got a reach foul. The Dinos will throw it in on the baseline. Foul on Bundy. No, excuse me. Foul on Cleaver, his third.
And if there has been one flaw in the game of the Rabbits you could kind of nitpick, it has been that they have struggled in those situations.
Warburton on the baseline. Blocking foul.
Especially on the defensive side. That's where they're struggling the most. They're just a little too foul happy right now, especially when they're far away from the basket. And it shows in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. You already got 4 team fouls, as well as watching Bronco Bundy pick up his fourth. He's been a pretty big factor defensively again. He's got 5 steals but 4 fouls.
He'll come out. Cleaver comes in. 6:11 left to play in the third. Dinos down 17. Turnover on the inbounds pass. Fast break the other way. Mortensen comes back, attempts the block, and a foul.
Well, good.
Foul on Robinson to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul on Mortensen. Team foul number 1 for the Dinos.
Good show of sportsmanship by Mortensen helping Robinson up, but Mason picks up his 5th steal of the night. He has been a menace, a little pickpocket all up and down the floor. He reads it beautifully when it's thrown in.
Robinson's first free throw up and no good. Delta remains up 17. Free throw number 2 up and good. 6 points for Robinson. Past the half-court stripe comes the Dinos. With the basketball, it's Bennett. Bennett to Warburton on the left side. Cross-court pass goes to Sorensen. Sorensen dribbles the baseline. Back out to Warburton for 3. No. Rebound comes down to Driggs.
Now Carter's got to be a little careful. Whenever he catches a pass in motion, he shuffles his feet a little bit. Most refs might not call it, but some will.
Driggs for 3. Good. Driggs has 14. 41-20. 5:36 left to play. Third quarter, Bennett to Sorensen. Down low it goes to Mortensen. Well, he's on the high post. Kick it back outside to Bennett for 3. Won't go. Whistle and a foul on Orth over the back. I believe, is it a foul or out of bounds? Just out of bounds. Out of bounds off the Dinos.
That's a lucky break for Orth. His volleyball prowess showing through on that one. He brings the arm down over the head and taps it back down to earth.
Line change for the Dinos. In is Griffith, Withers, Bazzoni, Curtis, and Branch. That's the 5 on the floor for the Dinos. Fast break all the way to the basket. Shot blocked. Jump ball.
Well, if nothing else, Sonny, the Dinos have been spectacular in shot blocking situations like that.
They're always good at that, aren't they?
They are. They usually keep them in bounds, but it's ended up in jump balls this game. That's been a more interesting thing to watch.
Schertz will throw it in, and it comes to Driggs. Gives it back to Schertz. Cross-court pass. Pace. Down underneath, ball knocked away, controlled by the Dinos. Fast break the other way. Bozzoni, step pass down underneath, lay it up and in. Curtis with the basket. His first points of the ball game off the turnover, 41-22. Knocked out of bounds, off Delta, Carbon ball.
That was badly needed for the Dinos. And, that line change substitution coming in. They're providing a bit of spark off the bench. They bring it back out away from 20 points, only down 19 now.
Timeout on the floor with 4:56 left to play in the third. It's Delta 41, the Carbon Dinos 22. When we come back here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3.
Welcome back. 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play Carbon Dino Basketball. Dinos have it. Withers with the ball. Gives it to Branch. Branch loses control of it. Turnover for the Dinos. Fast break the other way. Dinos get back on defense. Doesn't matter. Whistle and the foul. Free throws for Delta. The line goes Jet Rawlinson, and he'll look for his first points of the ball game.
And it's a rare situation for Jet where he just wasn't a mile away from the pack already at the inception of that play. We've seen that kid before. He is incredibly fast. He's like a bolt of lightning up and down the hardwood. So the fact that Dinos were able to force him to the free throw line is a win.
First free throw, good. 4 for 6 from the line as a team for Delta. 20-point lead. Second free throw, no good, and rebound Curtis. Whistle and a reach foul on the ground on Delta.
And that's going to mean shots coming for the Dinos as Delta picks up their 5th team foul.
Free throws, and we'll walk to the other side.
Now, Logan on the season, he's one of the better free throw shooters that the Dinos have. He's 83% from the line, albeit on limited attempts. But when he's had his opportunity, he's taken advantage.
So Logan Curtis to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Carbon Dinos. Freshman. First free throw up and good.
He has done an excellent job in his junior campaign, Sonny. We've seen him come in tough situations all throughout the year, and he's provided a burst of energy for the Dinos that sometimes it's just hard to find.
Second free throw, Curtis up and good as well. Kobe Driggs checking back into the ballgame with his 14 points. Way he's scoring tonight, the 14 points matches his first name.
No, it's incredible. He has been all over the place, Sonny, inside, outside, like you said.
Kobe Driggs with 14, Bronco Bundy with 8. Dinos will full court pressure.
This is a team with full of great names, Sonny.
Yes. That's fun to announce this team. Down the floor, shot up, no good, whistle and a foul. Robinson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the Dinos, they've done a decent job getting back, but Delta's just a step ahead in the transition, and because of that, they're not getting the easy layups, but they're earning chances at the line, chances which weren't coming their way in the first half.
Free throw, no good. One more to come. Second free throw up and good. 7 points for Robinson. 4:25 left to play here in the third quarter. 43-24. Dinos turn the ball over. Fast break the other way. Lay it up short. Pace left that wide open layup short. Then a foul going back down the other way and free throws for the Dinos.
Well, if nothing else, Mason Robinson picks up his 6th steal for the Rabbits. Those are numbers you're not used to seeing in the high school level, Sonny. Normally, most players tap out at 2 or 3. Doubling up that right number right now is Mason Robinson.
At the free throw line. First free throw was up and good.
And on the season, Jackson, a 72% shooter from the stripe, cashes home that first one.
6 for 12 from the free throw line. Second free throw by Bozzoni, good as well. He has 4. 43-26. They break the press, but then they turn the ball over. Dinos with the basketball. Fast break the other way to Branch. Branch, nice save to Bozzoni. Bozzoni weaves his way through, kicks it outside to Curtis. Fake the 3. Back to Bozzoni. Bozzoni on the baseline right. Good defense by Delta. Curtis thought about the 3. Swings it over to Griffith. Griffith has the ball knocked away. Fast break the other way. Dinos get back on defense. Rollinson gives it to Driggs. Driggs to Pace. Bounce pass to Rollinson on the baseline. Shot up, no good. Whistle. And a foul. 2 free throws. To the free throw line goes Rollinson to shoot 2.
Well, with the exception of Withers on the floor right now, Sonny, this is a glimpse of the future of what we're going to be seeing from the Dinos. Everyone else right now a junior. As you look at the likes of Bozzoni, Griffith, Branch, and Curtis, this is a team we're going to be seeing lots of minutes from next year.
Free throw by Pace is that Pace? No, free throw by Rollinson. I'm sorry. Is up and good. One more to come. Bennett will come into the ball game. Second free throw. No good. Rebound. Out of bounds. Stays with Delta.
It was a battle for it as both Bennett and Driggs battling down low for the board. Ultimately, last touch is what it comes down to, and it went off the arm of Bennett.
Rollinson will throw the ball in. In it comes. Robinson back to Rollinson. Kicks it outside to Pace. Drive inside, shot up and no good by Rollinson. Rebound, Dinos become the other way ahead of Withers. Fast break, off the glass, no good. Whistle and a foul. Foul on Pace.
It was a good up-court read by Jackson Bozzoni immediately after snagging the rebound. Takes 3 rebounds, sees Cash racing along the sideline, lofts it up with the no-look, and now the Dinos get to go to the charity stripe.
Got to give the Delta defense credit. Nothing easy for Carbon tonight. Nothing.
Oh, that's an understatement, Sonny. This has been a defensive night for the Rabbits. They have looked stellar on that end.
Second free throw, no good. The first one, good. And the rebound comes down to the Rabbits with 3:13 left to play in the third, 44-27. Turnover by Delta. Dinos come the other way. Bozzoni lays it up and in.
That's the third steal for Bennett, and it sets up a basket on the opposite end. They're slowly but surely starting to chip away at this lead. What once was 22 down to 15.
44-29. Good call, Aiden, as we get past the half-court stripe. Cleaver with the ball on the right side. 2:50 left to play third. Pace. Bounce pass over to the left side goes to Rollinson. Driggs. Swing the ball over. 3-point shot up and no good by Robinson. Rebound Dinos. Once again ahead, it goes to Bozzoni. Ball knocked away. Nice defensive play. We said nothing comes easy. It looked like it was going to be an easy 2, but Delta hustles back on defense.
That was a really impressive get back, Sonny. They thought they had the open look down low, but ultimately just the get back effort from the Rabbits was too much to overcome. Luckily for Carbon, as of right now, as the refs deliberate, they still have the ball.
2:32 left to play here in the third. We'll be shooting free throws for the rest of the quarter. Bennett will throw the ball in on the baseline. In it comes. Back to Bennett. Shot blocked. And Delta comes up with it.
Well, normally when you win that inside positioning, good things are going to happen. It doesn't do you much favor, though, when the kid you box out is 7 inches taller than you.
Injury timeout on the floor, I believe is what they said.
That's what they're saying over the PA, Sonny, but I'm not seeing, looks like some potential blood on the hands of Driggs. But yeah, it was a good baseline play for the Dinos. Bennett throws it in. He buys the seal against Kobe Driggs, but he goes up and under, and it's hard to do that against someone who has such a height advantage over you. Blocks it back down to earth, and the Dinos go away with an empty possession.
Let's do a game set. 2:22 left to play in the third. 44-29 Delta. 5 fouls on Delta, 4 on the Dinos. Shoot for the rest of the quarter at the free throw line on fouls. Down low it goes to Cleaver. Cleaver with a little shovel pass, knocked away, controlled by the Dinos. That's 15 turnovers for Delta. Fast break, the Dinos, now they'll slow it up and set the offense. Give it to Mortensen, three-point line. Mortensen to Griffith. Griffith from 15. No, won't go. Rebound will go to the Dinos on the baseline.
And they just couldn't get their fingers on it, Sonny. There was 3 rabbits around the ball, none of them able to secure it. So as a result, the Dinos going to maintain possession. We look over at the Emory score now, Sonny. What has gone from good has gone quickly to pretty meh for the Logan Grizzlies. They find themselves down in the fourth, 6 minutes left, 53-44. The Spartans lead over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Baseline throw in for the Dinos, and it comes. It seems like you just get the feeling if they could cut this to single digits. Withers for 3, and he has it. He has 10.
No, if they can keep up this momentum over the final 2 minutes of the third quarter, Sonny, I think we're in for an exciting finish in the fourth.
44-32. It's been all Delta, but the Dinos with the foul at the half-court line, and it'll be free throws. To the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Jet Rawlinson.
Now again, that lead sat at one point this quarter as high as 22, so the Dinos have whittled it down to 12. They've done themselves a favor down the stretch in trying to make this a bit of an easier comeback in the fourth.
Jet's first free throw, good. He has 3, all from the line.
Yeah, he's had his impact elsewhere, though. 2 steals and a rebound to his name as well.
Second free throw, good. 4 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. Minute 36 left to play. That foul at half court gave up 2 points. Nice pass down underneath the Bennett. Misses the easy shot off the glass. And the rebound comes down to Delta. I thought he had that easily. And just
that was the collapse.
Too much strength.
It was the collapsing defense of Delta, too. You see that out of your periphery. It throws you off.
Yeah, they're not giving anything easy. They're contesting everything. Shot up and no good by Robinson. Rebound Dinos. Fast break again. Withers for 3. Good. Withers has 13.
That's the kind of play that in the olden days would get you benched, Sonny, but when you have Cash Withers and his hot hand going on it, you're going to be okay with the results.
Under a minute, 46-35. Robinson over to Rawlinson on the baseline. Double team now in the corner. Bounce pass goes to Cleaver. Cleaver in the paint, off the glass, won't go. Rebound comes down to Delta, whistle, and a foul on Delta.
That's going to go against Cleaver, probably to over the back. He caught some contact as he went for it, and the Delta fans not happy, but when a call goes against your team, are you ever happy? No matter what the justification may be. But that's going to set the Dinos up on the opposite end, and a chance to cut it into single digits, Sonny, something we thought was oh so important heading into the fourth quarter. A 2-2 trip from the line from Bennett puts them down only 9.
Yeah, Bennett has 5, a chance for points numbers 6 and 7. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 1. Puts it up. No good.
Still a chance to whittle it down to 10, though, so Logan has a chance to bounce back here on the next attempt, and the Dinos more than likely will have the opportunity for the last shot of the third quarter.
Second free throw by Bennett. Good. Bennett has 6. Full court pressure being applied by the Dinos. 42 seconds left to play in the third. They'll break the press. They get it to the cross half court down low in the basket, but the Dinos get back. Rawlinson kicks it outside. Shirts with the ball in the paint. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound Mortensen. Here come the Dinos. Fast break the other way to Bennett. Bennett to Sorensen. Lay it up and in. Sorensen with his first 2 points of the ball game. And the Dinos have cut this lead to 8 with 12 seconds left in the third. Bundy drives inside. Stops. Puts it up. No good. Offensive rebound. Good. Nice play by Cleaver. In the right place, gets the rebound, puts it up and in, 48-38. Shot up at the buzzer, no good. It was late anyway.
But the Dinos did what they needed to do in that third quarter, cutting it down to 10 after a pretty slow start in the first half. Things were looking all but lost for the Carbon Dinos, but to their credit, they have battled back in an excellent way, setting up an exciting fourth quarter finish, Sonny.
So the Dinos outscore Delta 19-15 in that third quarter. We have a 48-38 game.
Yeah, look at some other scores from around the state, Sonny. At the end of 3, Richfield up over Providence Hall, looking to secure their spot in the knockout rounds, up 54-22 currently. At the end of 3, Juabs battled back from an early deficit against the Grantsville Cowboys. Score sits 44-39. Then you move to Ogden and Manti. At one point was a close game, 31-30. Manti musters only 7 points in the third quarter as Ogden goes up 13, 50-37. And then we move to Emory as we come back from a commercial break over there. Look at that score when I come up to it.
So far it looks like no upsets in the first round as of right now.
Yeah, things going to chalk early, but there are a few scores we don't have from around the states. Oh, here's the interesting thing. You know how I said things were going well for the Spartans? Script flipped. They're up only 1 now, 53-52 with 3:07 remaining.
Well, that game just keeps going back and forth.
Oh, yeah, no, it's an exciting one to watch. As is this one in that third quarter. The Dinos coming out looking electric.
So the Dinos with the basketball down 10. Withers, cross-court pass to Warburton. Nice little tip underneath to Orth, and Orth puts it up and in. It's an 8-point game. 48-40. Dinos pressure. Pace gets it ahead to Rollinson all the way to the basket. No good foul.
Yeah, that's a good call by the official. Ty jumps up and he brings the arm down. He swings it with a little too much force, catches some skin. That's going to set Delta up on the charity stripe.
Jet Rollinson goes to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. 7:43 left to play. 48-40. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 1, no good.
And if the Rabbits go 0-2 here, that's a wasted possession and a good foul by Carbon. Only Ty's second, so he can play pretty aggressive down the stretch.
8 for 14 from the line for Delta tonight. Make it 8 for 15. Second free throw, no good as well. Out of bounds. They're going to give the ball to Delta on the baseline.
Well, it slips from Ty's hands. Last second, bounces on the baseline, and rightfully goes to the Rabbits.
Important possession. In it comes. Driggs has it blocked. Dinos take over. Fast break the other way. Withers. Outside to Warburton. Thought about the 3. Changes his mind. Gives it to Withers. Back to Warburton. On the baseline. Finds a little gap. Lays it up off the glass. No good. Rebound Mortensen. No good. Scramble for it and a jump ball.
Sonny, the Dinos have found their second win. This is a team freshly energized now. They've finally gotten back up, and they are playing like they do not want to go home. They do not want the season ending here.
I just feel like that last possession should have been a 2. Should have cut it to two possessions. They come up empty. 48-40, Delta with the ball. Robinson with it, swings it over to Driggs. Driggs on the baseline right. Back to Robinson. Down underneath it goes to Pace. Bounce pass to Bundy. The ball on the ground. Scramble for it. Timeout Delta.
A wise call there. That was going to surely be a Dino ball if that wasn't whistled at the right time. The Dino defense has looked spectacular, but like you said, that last offensive possession, Sonny, it felt like it should have gone in favor of the Dinos. The ball just not dropping into the basket. Despite 3 or 4 tries, they're crashing the glass. They're doing everything they can to try and get points on the board, but sometimes it's just not, the rim's not being their friend.
I mean, the shots looked easier than what they were because they were quick shots, moving quick to the basket. And those aren't easy shots on the baseline. But it just seemed like they had an opportunity there to cut this to 2 possessions.
No, but based on how big they were going into the halftime break and about midway through the third quarter, you'll take down only 8, but you got to start making some noise early.
22 turnovers for the Dinos in the first half. They've had 4 in the second.
Yeah,
that's the difference in the game.
That's what we've expected to see from Carbon, was them taking care of the ball, just an awkward start.
Ball knocked away, turnover. Dinos come the other way. Sorensen to Orth. Orth, shot blocked. Saves it to Mortensen. What do we got? Jump ball. Dino basketball, I believe, on the baseline.
Back and forth they go, Sonny. The defense has been one of my favorite things to watch tonight. Neither team wanting to give an inch.
Delta's defense has been great.
Oh, it's been spectacular. You got to give them credit. The game plan coming in was stellar.
Dinos starting to find their rhythm here in the second half. The first half, their defense was off the charts. Orth to Sorensen. Turnover Dinos. Tried to save it. Could not do it. Bundy with the ball, 3-point line. Drives inside. Finds a little gap. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Mortensen. Jump ball. Sure have been a lot of jump balls tonight.
That there has something. That is why the time has been ticking so slowly, but it's because neither team wants to go home. It was a good defensive possession by the Dinos, but a good effort on the second chance coming from Bronco Bundy.
6:23 left to play, 48-40 Delta.
Now Rawlinson going to be the inbound man this go-around as they wipe the sweat from the ball. That shows how hard these players are trying tonight, Sonny. It is drenched.
Took the Dinos a little bit to get into the game, it seemed like. But once they have gotten into the game, they're playing really well. Driggs with the ball on the baseline. Ball knocked away. He gets it back. Puts it up. No good. Rebound, Orth. Dinos, the last two possessions, they've come up empty. Need a basket here, down 8. Withers for 3. That's an air ball, and it goes right to Robinson.
Now that's a rare air ball for Cash.
Yes, he's had a good game. 13 points. Pace. Knocked out of bounds. Off the Dinos. Substitutions coming into the ball game. Griffith. Bazzoni. Branch. Check into the ball game.
That sounds like a law firm, Sonny. Bazzoni, Griffith, and Branch and Sons.
So we got with them Orth and Warburton. In it comes. Swing over the right side. Down low it goes. Shot up, no good. Whistle and a foul. Well, got the ball down low to Driggs. That's been a success, high success for Delta tonight.
Well, Sonny, on the two-way ranks right now, we have a top 2 seed on the verge of an upset. ALA down by 2 with 2 minutes left, 43-41 to the Beavers.
And it comes on the baseline. Shot up, no good. Oh, nice rebound. And then a jump ball. It will go to Carbon. But that was a great rebound by Rawlinson.
No, he showed off his athleticism there with that board. He just soared above the rest, pulls it down. Luckily, they had Greg there to pull it in and get the jump ball.
5:41 left to play. Dinos down 8. They've been down 8 for a while. There's a turnover. 3-point shot for Bundy. No, won't go. Rebound comes down to Branch. Whistle and a foul over the back on Delta.
Now, in a game where Delta has been foul happy throughout, that is only their first team foul of the fourth quarter. They're keeping that total down low. You don't want this one to come down to free throws until you really need it if you're the Rabbits.
Pace picks up his third. Carbon Dino basketball, 95-3 the Peak, where the Dinos play. 48-40, Carbon trailing Delta. Ball knocked out of bounds, Dino ball. Winner moves on. 2:30 to play at Southern Utah.
Well, Sonny, over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM, 27 seconds left. Spartans up 57-56. Emory in possession of the ball, so it's going to be a fun finish there. Hopefully we can get to a similar result here and the Dinos can come away with it. But overall, this has just been a fun game to watch.
We knew it was going to be a good game. We called that in the pregame show.
Oh, and Manti, the first Region 13 team to fall today. Sonny, Ogden defeats the Templars 61-45, sending Manti packing.
So Ogden moves on. What was the final score again on that?
That one was 61-45.
61-45. Ogden with the win over Manti. So Ogden moves on.
Well, there's lots of ways to watch the Dinos, Sonny, whether it's this game or one in the past. We got you covered right here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. You can also follow along live and on demand on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Carbon, as well as on the KSL Sports app. There are just so many ways to enjoy the Dinos, Sonny, all powered by Castle Country Radio.
So the Dinos have the basketball. Down 8. 5:29 left to play. Full court pressure being applied by Delta. Bazzoni loses the ball and then a foul. He lost control of the ball and then committed the foul after he lost control of the ball. The Dinos have been stuck on 40. They got to a little bit of a rhythm, and then it went away.
No, it did. A timely timeout coming by the Rabbits has slowed the momentum of the Dinos.
Well, I think the Delta defense started to relax a bit, but they're right back up again.
They did. No, they picked up the pace immediately as soon as that lead started to slip.
Bundy with the ball, picked up there by Bennett. Now he's double teamed. Gives it to Robinson. Robinson back to Bundy. Bundy outside, he'll swing it back over to Robinson. Robinson double teamed. Rollinson, Bundy on the baseline. Double team down low. Back outside to Rollinson. 13 on the shot clock. Down low it goes to Cleaver. Cleaver tries to make a move. Blocked by Mortensen. Gets it back. Ball knocked away. Controlled by the Dinos. Carbon trying to get on the board. Haven't scored for a while, and they turn it over again.
Well, Ty matches his season average in blocks. He's up to 3 swats now, but the Dinos' offense just hasn't been in that same rhythm. And like you said, big props to the Delta defense for keeping it that way.
Yeah. 4:45 left to play. It's been 48-40 for a while. Over the back. Over and back on Delta, so a turnover, and it'll be Dino basketball.
Well, and Emory, Logan Ball down 2, 58-56.
Dinos with the ball. Mortensen kicks it outside. Now swings it over to Brandt. Back to Mortensen. In the paint. Little spin move. Gets it to go. Mortensen. His 5th point of the ball game, and it's a 48-42 game. They break the pressure. Bundy goes all the way. Charge. Turnover. Dino basketball. Chance to cut it to 4, possibly 3.
And
with 4:23 left to play, Aiden, it is amazing that the Dinos have worked their way back into this game.
It is, Sonny, and Ty lays his body on the line, not only getting the charge, but that is going to be the 5th foul against Bundy. He's disqualified for the remaining 4:23. That's a big boost for the Dinos as he has been tearing them up defensively.
He'll leave the game with 8 points. Dino basketball, full-court pressure being applied. Griffith breaks the press. Gives it down to Brandt on the baseline right. Back to Griffith in the paint. Ball knocked away and a steal. What do we got?
It's going to be a foul against Sorensen. He tried to wrap him up, and then he slowed the breakdown. He wraps him up by the waist. It's promenade season, so he's getting those dance moves ready. But it's going to slow the pace, and it's going to force Delta to reset, although it does create the 4th team foul for the Dinos.
His first foul. 4:07 left to play, 48-42. Robinson with the basketball. Still with it, dribbling. Goes around the screen. Now will set the 3. No good. Rebound. Branch. Knocked away. I think it's Carbon ball. It is. 3:55 left to play, 48-42.
You know, big credit to these young kids, Sonny. They're much shorter than Kobe Driggs, but they are going at him as if they were the same height. It is just a battle down low for rebounds.
Mortensen. Outside it goes to Griffith. Back to Mortensen in the paint. Whistle and the foul. Mortensen goes down hard. Seems to be okay. Gets help up.
Now, when you can hear the thud all the way up here, Sonny, that's always a concerning sign, but he's up. He's not even walking gingerly. That is a tough kid out there. He takes the charge. Now he absorbs lots of contact on the foul. And a timeout called by Delta.
We'll take it with them with 3:46 left to play. Let's keep it here. We got scores. We got some updates. We can keep it here, Aiden. 3:46 left to play in the ballgame. 48-42.
Well,
Dinos down 6. 3 fouls on Delta, 4 on the Dinos.
Well, I got some scores for you, Sonny. We see who's moving on. Morgan leaves no doubt as they defeat the bottom-seeded Ben Lomond Scots 89-46. Then we move to Richfield. They defeat Providence Hall 75-28. So the top 2 seeds taking care of business on the home court. They both won a rematch of last year's state championship game, Sonny. And right now, they're the 2 favorites kind of gunning for it. But again, everyone can beat everyone as we watch Emory on the ropes right now. Ball in, 58-55. Logan needs a 3 with 10 seconds remaining.
We still don't have a score in the American Heritage North Sand Pete game. But Richfield will play Ogden in the first round. In the second round at Southern Utah. Be a 12:50 game with Ogden's win over Manti and Richfield's win over Providence Hall.
Well, Sonny, good news for the Spartans. The desperation heave goes wide left as Emory advances. Final score, 58-55.
So Emory will move on. At the free throw line, Ty Mortensen, 48-42 here with 3:46 left to play. First free throw is up. Good. Mortensen with 6. Dinos are 10 for 18 from the free throw line. Second free throw up. Good as well. 7. 48-44. We got a 4-point game. Delta just turned the ball over. Carbon ball on the baseline.
And they just threw it away. The defensive pressure coming in the full court from the Dinos was too much. And now a chance for the Dinos to make this one even closer, bring it in as many as 2.
This was a 20-point game at one time. Down it goes to Mortensen. To Branch. Shot up. In! Branch has 2. His first 2. It's a 2-point game. 48-46. 3:35 left to play. Rawlinson. Nice move down in the paint. Shot up off the glass. Won't go by Cleaver. Rebound Dinos. We come the other way with the basketball. It's Griffith. Will be picked up at the front circle. Gives it over to Sorensen to Mortensen. Mortensen from 15. Good! Mortensen has 9. We're tied at 48 with 3:08 left to play. Robinson with the basketball down the right side. Gives it to Driggs. Down to Rawlinson. Down low to Cleaver. Shot up. Count it and a foul.
That's the play the Rabbits needed desperately, Sonny. The momentum had slowly flowed away from them, but a big and one coming courtesy of Brody Cleaver gives them a chance to go back up 3 and to swing the momentum back in their side.
Brody Cleaver with 9. Chance to make it 10 at the free throw line. Eyes the bucket. Free throw up. Good. 10 for Cleaver. 51-48. 2:50 left to play. Dinos with the ball. With it, it's Griffith. Griffith gives it over the right side to Withers. Withers on the baseline. Back it goes to Mortensen. Works his way in. Ball knocked away and stolen. Ball goes over to the Dinos.
Now, Sonny, I cover a lot of politics. I don't think I've seen people this angry in a while.
I think what the referee called there was the swinging of the elbow, correct?
I think that's what it is, Sonny. We got another final score for you while we have a quick pause. Grantsville coming away with the upset, the first upset of the evening. 60-54, they defeat the Wasps of Juab.
So Emory will play Grantsville.
I think that's a more favorable matchup for him, if I'm being honest, Sonny.
Yeah, number 12, Grantsville will play number 4, Emory. That game will be at 9:30 a.m. on February 19th at Southern Utah. Morgan will play the winner of Canyon View and Union. We haven't got a score on that yet, I don't believe. Richfield will play Ogden. And here, the winner of this game will play the winner of American Heritage and North St. Pete.
So this is just a barn burner through and through, Sonny, for all teams involved. The Dinos down by as much as 22 have come back. They tied the game, brought a 3-point play by Brody Cleaver, makes it a 51-48 affair with 2:38 remaining. Dinos have the ball coming out of the timeout.
So Carbon will have the basketball. And it comes to Mortensen. Give it to Sorensen. Sorensen takes it to the top circle with 2:26 left to play. Gives it to Griffith. Griffith steps back. Now back to Mortensen on the 3-point line. Mortensen finds a gap. Slam dunk by Mortensen. He takes it all the way in. It's a 51-50 game with 2:10 left to play. They break the press. Cross-court pass goes to Rawlinson for 3. No. Rebound Mortensen. Mortensen to Griffith. Past the half-court stripe, he comes. On the right side. Chance for the Dinos to take the lead. Give it off to Branch. Branch to Sorensen. To Mortensen. To Sorensen. To Withers. Quick passing. Gives it back to Mortensen. To Sorensen. On the baseline right. Finds a little gap. Works his way in. Puts it up and in! Sorensen! And the Dinos lead 52-51 with 1:30 left to play. They break the press. Pace with the basketball. Has the ball knocked away in a turnover. Dinos ball. We come the other way. Fast break. Sorensen shot blocked. Whistle and a foul. Coming up to make the block was Schertz, but he got body and free throws for Sorensen with 1:17 left to play.
Yeah, body, arm, head, just about every part of Caleb bounced off the hardwood. That was a hard hit. But it feels like Ty Mortensen comes in off the bench after taking a bit of a rest. He comes in and he decides this is my time to take over. I'm not letting my season end like this. And he throws down the dominant dunk as the officials sit at midcourt. And we have a score update coming out of Cedar City, Sonny. The Falcons of Canyon View defeating the Union Cougars 71-62. So another Region 13 team falls.
So Canyon View will play Morgan at 11-10. At the free throw line for the Carbon Dinos, it's Sorensen. His free throw's up and in. Sorensen has 5. Dinos up 2. 53-51 with 1:17 left to play. Second free throw. Up. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Driggs. Pace with the basketball down the left side. Sorensen chases him. Now he goes to the right side, guarded by Sorensen. Driggs swings it over to Rollinson, back to Driggs. Driggs to Pace. Down it goes to Driggs, laid up and in. Driggs has 16. We're tied at 53 with 58 seconds left to play. What a game.
This has been spectacular,
Wow.
Sonny. That was a great move by Driggs off the cut to set up the open basket.
This is why I love high school basketball. Mortensen kicks it outside to Griffith. Griffith drives in. Mortensen loses control of the ball with 42 seconds left to play. And the defense of Delta comes through again.
And that's going to be a foul against Sorensen. That doesn't make much sense, Sonny.
I don't know if I like that call.
I don't either. He got the shoulder thrown at him.
Jet Rollinson at the free throw line. He has 4 points. We're tied at 53 with 35 seconds left to play.
And it's the age-old question, Sonny. 0.2 seconds difference between shot and game clock as you head into the final possession potentially of this game. Do you wait until that clock ticks down and then run your play, or do you take the best shot available to you as soon as it comes open?
I think you take the best shot. Right now, the way this game is gone.
No, you can't let an opportunity pass up.
55-53 Delta. Remember, the Dinos had a 2-point lead, which is incredible. No. They were down 20 at one time.
Yeah, down 22 was the biggest lead of the game for Delta. Slowly but surely in the second half, the Dinos have come storming back into this one. But a late turnover and a foul by Sorensen sets Rollinson up at the charity stripe, lets him take a pair at the line. And because of that, Delta up 2 now, 55-53. Remember, every foul from here on out will be free throws for either team. So if you're Delta, you don't want to commit any kind of foul.
Delta scored 7 points in this quarter. 55-53 to score. We'll be shooting free throws for the rest of the game. What a game.
This has been spectacular, Sonny, from start to finish. I've loved what I've seen from all of these teams, and we get about 30 more seconds of it, so let's hope it's a good one.
55-53.
I don't know about you, Sonny, but I'm shaking here in the Sutherland's broadcast.
Yeah,
Is the energy palpable here from both sides? The Delta fans have been spectacular, as have the Carbon fans who have made the trip.
Yeah, this has been awesome. Great basketball, high school basketball. You got to love it. And it comes to Mortensen. 28 seconds left to play. Shot clock 27, almost even. Gives it to Griffith. Drives inside, stops at the baseline. Good defense. Bounce pass goes low to Branch. Branch tries to make a move. Mortensen's going to take the three. Off the glass, no good. Rebound. Comes down to Delta. And a foul in the backcourt by the Dinos with 9 seconds left to play. To the free throw line goes Pace.
You don't blame Ty for taking that shot.
No, he's wide open.
That was wide open. That's something we've seen him work on throughout the year. I think that's a good shot to try and take. But unfortunately, just unable to get it to drop. That's going to send Corver Pace to the line, though, with 9 seconds left, Sonny. He splits the trip. The Dinos still have a lifeline. He makes both. Going to be a hard task. All Delta has to do is not foul the three-point shot.
Pace at the free throw line. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 1. He has 3 in the ball game. Make it 4.
Ice in his veins on that one, Sonny. Makes it a three-point affair, 56-53 with 9 seconds left.
This free throw is huge. Substitution. Sorensen comes out. Warburton in. Second free throw is up. Good. He walks up to the free throw line and hits 2 pressure free throws, and the Dinos call timeout with 9 seconds left, down 4.
Now, that's a big-time play, Sonny, and you got to give credit to that young man. That's not easy to do, especially when the game lies in the balance like it did on those 2 shots. Ice water in his veins, hits both, and now Delta, a bit of breathing room in the final 9 seconds of the contest, but as we've seen, nothing comes easy to either team. Carbon can get a shot, and if they can make it a 2 or a 3 and get a steal off the inbound, well, it's a completely different ball game. But Delta just needs to do the simple things right now. You don't need to break out anything fancy. You see a screen, you switch. You don't try and fight under. You don't foul the shot. You're going back to junior Jazz concepts here because that's what's going to win you this ball game, is keeping it simple.
I believe it was 53-51 Carbon, right?
Yep, 53-51
They
Carbon.
took that 2-point lead, and since then it's been a 6-0 run for Delta.
And big credit to the Rabbits, Sonny. Good teams respond when adversity hits, and they have done just that. They felt themselves on the ropes, and like Rocky Balboa, they bounce back, and they're going toe-to-toe with the champ yet again.
Yep. 57-53 Delta, 9.4 left to play. Dinos basketball. Off the timeout, it'll be Sorensen, Griffith, Branch, Warburton, Withers, the 5 on the floor for the Dinos. Got to get it down the floor quickly. Got to go. Branch takes it all the way. Throws the ball away. Turnover, Carbon. That's going to do it. Foul on the Dinos.
Are they just going to let time expire, Sonny? Or are they going to get their chance at the stripe?
I think they're going to give them the free throws with
it's the
1
rule.
second. Yeah, you got to play the game out.
Yeah.
To the free throw line. Now, if there's no time, there we go. 1 second left.
1 second back on the clock. The fans on their feet, as is deserved. This has been a thrilling game, Sonny, and being able to come out on top of it, that's got to be a pretty good feeling for these fans.
That's the ball game. Final score tonight, Delta 57, the Carbon Dinos 53. Man, I'll give the Dinos credit. This team did not quit. Only 9 points in the quarter for Delta.
No, but unfortunately for the Dinos, 6 of those 9 points came in the form of a big last-minute run to put the Rabbits back up on top, 57-53. And, you hate to see it end like this, but throughout the game, the Dinos did what they do best, and that's battle through adversity. These are young men, Sonny, I'm going to miss.
So the Dinos got off to a slow start, but they worked their way back in the second half. Took a 53-51 lead. I almost couldn't believe that they were winning. They chipped into that lead the perfectly the way you need to. They didn't panic. They just played. They chipped into that lead, and before you knew it, you look up at the score, and they were up 2.
No, the fact that the Dinos were even in this game after that abysmal first half,
yes,
that shows how good this team was throughout the season. But Delta down the stretch, they just did what they had to do. That was the same case the first time these two teams met. Delta executed down the stretch, and that's how they came away with the victory. They do it again tonight. An excellent job by the Rabbits.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Once again, the final score tonight, Delta 57 and the Carbon Dinos 53. Delta will move on. For the Dinos, their season is over.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, These cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in Historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Once again, the final score tonight, 57-53. Delta holds off a hard-working, no-quit Carbon Dino team. I think that's a great way to describe what I seen.
No, that's the best way to describe it, Sonny. This team had no quit throughout the game. I mean, despite the final score, you couldn't be prouder of these boys. They did not give up. They were down big early on. Things were going against them. Their shots just weren't falling, but they stayed the course, and eventually, Sonny, they were rewarded by being able to battle back and give us one of the best games we've seen all year.
The one thing that just stands out to me, and we've been talking about it all year, the bad quarter. The first quarter was the bad quarter. The Carbon Dinos were outscored 18-6 in quarter number 1, and Aiden, it just looked like it took them a while to get into a rhythm of the game.
It did. And I think it's due in part to the late start. They got here about 25 minutes before the opening tip, and that can cause fits for any team. And that was the case early on. They were just playing a little bit lethargic. They weren't in their normal rhythms, and Delta took full advantage of that. They were really able to go in and battle through, and it was a good first half for the Rabbits.
And then in the second quarter, Delta outscored Carbon 15-11, so it was a 33-17 halftime lead. So, makeable. But then in the third quarter, at the beginning of the third quarter, that lead got up to 20.
Yeah, no, the biggest lead of this game.
22, I believe.
21 with a in the third quarter.
Yes.
And, the Dinos, they didn't give up. They stayed the course. One of the things that stands out to me on the score sheet, Stunny, is that in this game, the score was only tied 2 times, and the lead only changed 2 times. That shows how dominant Delta was early on, but how resilient Carbon was down the stretch.
And I think that was both in the last 45 seconds of the game.
Yeah, no, you look at the scoring by quarter, Sonny, and that final one, the final frame, the Dinos hold them to just 9 points, but unfortunately 6 of those 9 points come in a last-minute flurry for the Rabbits to come away with that victory.
So, as we said, Delta outscored Carbon 18-6 in the first. They outscored Carbon 15-11 in the second, making it 33-17 at the half. But in the third quarter, the Dinos, even though they fell behind 22, they ended up outscoring Delta 21-15 in the third quarter to cut it to a 10-point 48-38 game. And then Carbon outscored Delta in the fourth quarter by a 15-9 score, 57-53, the final score. So the Dinos outscore Delta in the third and fourth quarter, but Delta outscored Carbon in the first and second, and the difference in the game was quarter number 1.
Yeah, no, that was what made all the difference in the world. That and the final 45 seconds for the Rabbits, the combination of those two is what helped elevate them to this win. Great execution down the stretch by both teams, but ultimately Delta had that edge.
So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. After 6 years as a nurse, I've learned that sometimes our bodies just need a little extra support. That's what IV therapy can do. It can help you bounce back quicker after an illness, recover faster after a workout, ease migraines, and even improve focus and energy. Think of it as giving your body a direct line to the hydration and nutrients it needs to feel its best. I'd love to help you find the right blend for your goals. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram at wellness.iv.utah.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino Basketball on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Final score again tonight, 57-53. The Carbon Dinos fall short to the Delta Rabbits, and we'll look at some stats here for tonight's game. Kobe Driggs led the way for Delta. He had 16 points in the ballgame. He played a great game. Brody Cleaver had 10. Bronco Bundy had 8. He fouled out with 4:23 left to play. Now, when he fouled out with 4:23 left to play, I thought maybe Delta was in some trouble. But they answered the bell. Like you said, good teams, they answered the bell. They don't fold in situations. And when he fouled out of the game, I was thinking they might be in trouble. Not the case.
No, that Delta did an excellent job maintaining their composure throughout the adversity. And, you look through points, I think a stat that really stands out to me is the amount of steals that Delta was able to come up with today. Brody Cleaver had 6. Mason Robinson had 6. Bronco Bundy had 5. Jet Rollinson had 4. Kobe Driggs had 2. Caden Colsty had 2. Bodie Schertz had 2. Corver Pace had 2. Kix Riding was the only player who saw the floor for Delta tonight who did not have a steal. So the defense, as we talked about throughout the game, was stellar for the Rabbits.
Robinson with 7, Rollinson with 6, Schertz with 5, Pace with 3. For the Delta Rabbits, they shot 20 free throws. They made 13 out of 20, and they had 20 turnovers in the ball game. Take a look at the Carbon Dinos. Leading the way was Ty Mortensen tonight with, Cash Withers with 13 points tonight. If I could read my writing here. He finished with 13, 6, and 7. Ty Mortensen had 11.
And you say I have bad handwriting, Sonny, but Cash Withers was electric tonight. He was a big reason why they were able to stay in this game early on. He hits a couple of threes, and he just continues that momentum throughout the showdown. We knew that Cash was a sharpshooter throughout the season, really living up to his name, and tonight he demonstrated that in full force.
Pizzoni with 6, Bennett with 6. Then comes Sorensen with 5. With 4 points was Curtis. Orth had 2 in the ball game. Griffith had 2 in the ball game. Branch had 2 in the ball game for the Carbon Dinos for a total of 53 points in the ball game. So the Dinos, as you look at the scoring, they did a good job closing down Orth tonight. He only had 2 points in the ball game. It seemed like they were trying to shut Kyler Orth down.
No, they were throwing a lot of pressure his way, Sonny, and it paid off, holding him to only 2 points. That's a big key to why this team came away with the victory, especially when normally he's good for 10 points a night. And just unfortunate that that the Delta defense was as good as it was tonight, shutting him down like they did.
Dinos were 12 for 20 from the free throw line, 31 turnovers in the ball game, 22 in the first half, 14 in the first quarter. So they did a great job taking care of the ball in the second half. It got him back in the game, but too little, too late. A great effort, though, by the Carbon Dinos. Like I said, I still sitting here right now, I still can't believe that under a minute left to play in the game, I believe it was. Wasn't it? Was it a minute?
Yeah.
They took the lead, 53-51. I can't believe what kind of a job they did getting back into the game and just working their way in and then taking the lead, but they just couldn't finish it.
No, and it's a credit to the culture that Coach Brower has built in his 2 seasons at the helm of this Dinos program, and a credit to the mentality of these young men to be able to buy into this and continue their big performance. As they unfortunately they fall, the season comes to a close, but I know it's a bit cliche to say, Sonny, but I think these young men are more prepared to enter into the world now that they've played in the system, especially with how often they battled through hard times and how they never gave up.
Yeah, it's a great team. I'm gonna miss seeing this team play. As you said, they're done, but we got a game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Pregame show 12:30. We'll be in Grantsville as the Lady Dinos travel there once again.
Yeah, you talk about poor travel draws, Sonny, for us. It's going to be a good matchup, though, for the Lady Dinos. I really like stylistically how these two teams are going to mesh. Both of them like to play faster-paced basketball, and I talked to Coach Blank yesterday. I had the opportunity to be joined by him over the phone, and he brought up the point that they're not necessarily the tallest team either, and when teams play at a similar height level to what Carbon has, they tend to play a very good style of basketball, a very relaxed style of basketball, one that can set them up for a lot of success.
So we'll take a look at the brackets before we call it an evening. This is how the first round, all the games are in. We have all the final scores. Emory defeated Logan 60-55. Emory will move on to play Grantsville, who upset Juab 60-54. So we'll have the 4-seed Emory against the 12-seed Grantsville. That will be at 9:30 a.m. on the 19th at Southern Utah. The next one down, Morgan defeated Ben Lomond 89-46. And Canyon View defeated Union 71-62. Morgan will move on to play Canyon View, so it'll be 1 against 8. That game will be at 11:10 on the 19th as well. All these games will be on the 19th. Then you had Richfield 75, Providence Hall 28. With Richfield taking care of business. And Ogden knocking off Manti 61-45. So you'll have the 2-seed Richfield against the 7-seed Ogden. That game will be at 12:50. And American Heritage over North St. Pete 79-43. The 3-seed moves on. And you had the 6-seed Delta 57, 11-seed Carbon 53. So Delta moves on. So you'll have the 3 against the 7. American Heritage against Delta. That game will be at 2:30 p.m. So that is the second round that will be at Southern Utah.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, Sonny. Only one Region 13 surviving the gauntlet in the Emory Spartans. I was expecting Manti, honestly, and maybe even Union to come away with a victory, as I was hoping the Dinos would tonight, but unfortunately not the case as the 3A bug proceeds to bite us in the behind because, again, everyone can beat everybody any given night, and those are the teams who came out and they executed.
Absolutely. I mean, Emory snuck one out of Logan. It wasn't easy. 60-55, but it was enough to get them to go to the second round. So Aiden, 57-53. Dinos fall short by 4. Their season is over. We'll have the Lady Dinos tomorrow. Pregame 12:30. Tip-off 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Sonny. It's going to be at least another chance to see these teams on the floor because you and I both dedicate a lot of our time to the Dinos, and we want to see them succeed as much as everyone does, so I'm hoping we come away with a victory. I don't want this season to end just yet.
So once again, the final score, 57-53. Delta with the win over the Carbon Dinos. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Once again, 57-53 the final. We'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 when the Lady Dinos take the court against Grantsville. Have a great evening.